What is happening? What up, Mike? What's going on, Mike? All right. It is Saturday, I think. We got some interesting stuff to look at today. We got Titus video. Let's see what else we got going on today. I hope you guys are having a good Saturday. Hope you guys are. We got Trump fighting with his own crowd video from Adam Mockler. We got budget Matt Walsh given a unhinged, what is it? What would you call it? I mean, it's not really a sermon, is it? I mean, can you can you call the things these people do sermons? I don't know. I think that might not fit the definition. What's happening, Alan? I'm just noticing this video over here. I have not ever watched this. A video about closing a store for White History Month. Oh, you can be closed all year long then, my friends. Undecided voter rejects Trump at town hall. It was BTC. I actually had a video made for you guys. What's happening, Jeannie? I had a video made for you guys about the Univision town hall, which was insane. If you guys have not watched the Univision town hall with Donald Trump, I know this is like when Kamala told you guys to go to his rallies. It's gonna sound weird, but go watch that shit. I do have a video that is made for it, but Univision has a copyright claim on it, so I'm disputing the copyright for fair use right now. If they decide to let it be played, I'll definitely put it out. But I've only had like one or two videos that have ever not been able to fight the dispute, the copyright dispute with fair use before. So I think that it'll clear, but it might not clear. So if it doesn't clear, you should definitely go watch that Univision town hall with Donald Trump. It's insanity. Donald Trump at one point tells a man speaking through an interpreter. All these people speak Spanish. And he tells this man that's clearly speaking through an interpreter that immigrants can't speak the language and have to find interpreters, and they're ruining America's cities. It's insane. Like, the level of dipshittery that Donald Trump is capable of is, like, off the charts. Like, he says it to this man. Like, this man is going to be like, yeah, fucking exactly. Exactly. It was insane. And that's not to mention, you know, a couple of the other ones. There's every single person that stands up in that Univision town hall and asks Donald Trump a question, asks him a question that he absolutely bombs. I mean, while watching it and trying to find, like, clips that I wanted to share with you guys, like, there was too many. And I think that's one of the reasons I'm having a hard time with it right now, is because actually a lot of footage. But I hope the video gets, I hope it clears. And if it does, I'll put that one out hopefully tomorrow. If not, sometimes they don't do fair use claims over the weekend. Some of these places wait until the weekdays to clear them, so it might not be until next week. But when I get a chance, I will definitely share that. If not, go watch the Univision town hall with Donald Trump. It was fucking hilarious. And we're gonna share this one, which is one of the ones that I saw clips for all over the place, so I didn't include it in my video. I am trying to, you know, do my best to, you know, have content that is a little varied from what all these other people are doing. So I tried to pull some clips that they hadn't shown yet, and this is one that everybody seems to be watching. So I figured we'd watch this one together with Brian Tyler Cohen, and you guys tell me what you think about it. It's really funny. Don't forget to like the stream, guys. Everybody pops on, and then nobody likes the stream. I hope you guys like the stream. Speaking of Donald Trump speeches that I normally would not tell you to watch, this Al Smith dinner in New York City was unbearably bad. I mean, not for like the reasons that normally Trump speeches are bad. Like, normally you're just like, he's full of shit. He says like the craziest stuff. That happens too. That always happens. But this is the most low T, low energy speech I have ever heard. And, you know, Donald Trump's wheelhouse is insulting people. And you would think that Donald Trump would absolutely kill it when he's just surrounded by a bunch of people that all agree with him, and he could just sit there and insult whoever he wants. But to be honest with you, even though these people are laughing, I don't think there's one thing that Donald Trump says during this that's actually funny. It is just, this dude is off his rocker. He is so mad, so angry. His diaper is full and it floweth over. He got itchy butt crack, guys. He got the swamp butt. All right? And he was not happy. So we're gonna watch a little bit of this, and I don't know if we can watch all 28 minutes of this. It was pretty tough to watch. We got a Good Liars video that they did in Reading, Pennsylvania. And then this one, guys, I just wanted to play probably a little bit of this one for you guys, and you make sure you guys subscribe to these people if you like them and like their video, because I like finding small channels, and not that I'm a big channel, but I'm a little bit bigger than, say, this channel. So I like to go and find channels. A lot of these guys are actually well-known on, like, TikTok and stuff like that. Like Carbon's really well known on TikTok. You know, the Parker and Deans are really well known on TikTok, but I like to try to help them out by you know, just showing people their content on YouTube as well, and getting people to go over there and like and subscribe to them. This guy has 1K subscribers, and it's a really funny video. And also, I like the difference. Like, there's a lot of people like Adam. Well, there's not a lot of people like Adam Mockler, but there's people doing the Adam Mockler, Jordan Klepper, Luke Beasley thing, and each one of them have something that they do a little bit different, which is cool. But I like seeing the different cultures do stuff, and this dude right here is hilarious. Let's see. Oh, I'm in top chat. Sorry, I'm in top chat. Don't be in top chat, guys. Like the stream and don't be in top chat. Be in live chat. Do I think Harris will win? Do I still think Harris will win? I still have Harris winning the swing states that are necessary. I still have it extremely close. I still have it like 273, 265. I still have the split in Nebraska and Maine. So, yeah, I still think that Harris wins. I was watching, Alan Lichtman, the guy who's he's correctly called 9 out of 10 of the last 10 elections, including the Trump one in 2016 and Biden's win in 2020. And, you know, he was pointing out that in October, people tend to believe that things really switch up. But early voting already started at the beginning of October. If you're in California, you probably just received your ballot. So, you know, don't forget to get that ballot in. I know it's California and it's going to be blue, but, you know, never take that shit for granted. Always vote. But, no, I still have Harris winning. I think it's tighter than it should be. Does Donald Trump have a chance? Yeah. You know, there's a lot of crazy ass people out there, man. We're getting it more and more brought to light about the mental health state of Americans, and it ain't good. In fact, even with Kamala potentially winning this election, I'm not 100% certain about who the next president's going to be if Kamala wins. You know, like, I'm not sure that what's going on in America mental health wise is going to have, you know, a long shelf life. Like, I don't know how long you can be this crazy and it not affect what's going on in your country. So I still believe that Kamala wins Pennsylvania. I have hope and dreams that Michigan, you pull your head out of your ass. Specific people in Michigan need to pull their head out of their ass and vote for Kamala Harris. So I think that's going to happen. I think that she ends up taking Michigan as well. I think she takes Nevada. I see Donald Trump taking Georgia, and I see Donald Trump taking Arizona. But even those are really too close to call. All of the races in the swing states are all within the margin of error. And if you watch left-wing media, they tell you Kamala is going to win by a lot. If you watch right-wing media, you get a bunch of people that are saying that Trump's going to win by a lot. And so the only person that I've really found that is like straight up bipartisan, is Alan Lichtman. Alan Lichtman did call Trump's win, and he did call Biden's win. He seems to run it off of what he believes are statistics. I watched a bunch of channels that people have been like, go check this guy out. He's actually like kind of middle ground, and he's just giving. And it almost always turns out that the person that I watch, like they have some type of pretty heavy bias. Everybody has bias. It depends on how much of a bias you have. So, yeah, I still have Kamala winning. Melania looked so uncomfortable up there. Yeah, I don't doubt it, Robin. You would be too, right? Like just sitting up there next to fucking Trump. Oh my God. What's up, Don Cron? What's up, Levon? Happy Saturday, guys. Robin, happy Saturday. So anyways, let's get to some videos and stuff. But, I want to say one more thing about Kamala winning. And that is, no one should ever take anything for granted. And this shouldn't be it's okay for this to be a wake-up call to people that they need to get up and vote, get out and vote. But it should never be a question. Like once you've educated yourself to like how important it is to vote and what can happen when you get somebody in that's the wrong person and like the impact that it can have on your life, it should never be a question. If you have the ability to vote, you should vote. There are women that existed that never had a chance to vote. There are black people that existed that never had a chance to vote. There are countries that currently have citizens that do not have the right to vote. So, for all those people out there that like, oh, my vote doesn't matter, this and that, like, you have the ability to vote, and there are people in this world right now that literally would kill to get the chance to vote. So don't waste your right, man. I don't agree with how everybody votes. I think some people are insane. I think, potentially there should be some kind of test that people have to pass. Real basic. I'm just saying, a basic level of intelligence test that people have to pass to be able to vote. But it's America. We let everybody vote. So I'm with that, But, like if they were to give a test, I'm pretty sure I could pass it. So, but yeah, if you have the right to vote, go vote, man. Especially, living in swing states. Like, you guys are the biggest votes in this country is those people that live in swing states. So get out and vote. Driving home from the side job. Drive safe, Levon. Drive safe. All right, let's check out some videos. We're going to laugh at some Trumpster fire MAGA morons today, as there are so many of them. There is way too many people that believe this crazy shit, man. Way too many people for me to feel, like, comfortable. Like I said, am I confident Kamala's gonna win? Not after watching this shit for 2 years. There's a lot of crazy-ass Americans, man. I don't know about that. But, yeah, I just looking at statistics and certain people that I trust, I believe Kamala wins it, yeah. All right, let's watch.
I'm Christopher Titus, and this is the Armageddon Update. We are now 21 days away from arguably the most consequential election in our lifetimes. And I know that they say that every election, but looking back, we were wrong. W or Al Gore, Romney or Obama, not really consequential. You had people that you may not have agreed with, but they were decent, God-fearing folk.
Yep.
I mean, they weren't moronic fucking Batman villains.
Yep.
It seems not.
I was just saying this because I'm in California, and we're talking about the fact that, you've got, like, Brian Dahle, who is running against Gavin Newsom for the governor's race, but there's, like, no chance, right? Brian Dahle had no chance. And but when you look at Dahle and you read, like, what he thinks, he did campaign in 2016 for Trump, but that's acceptable. Dude was just running all the crazy stuff. Everybody knew he was a piece of garbage, but that wasn't that crazy on the Republican side. But when you look at like Brian Daly and his like points of view, like, you know, they asked him like, how are you on, you know, the on pro-life versus pro-choice? And he's like, I'm pro-life, but that doesn't mean we can't have a conversation. You know, they're like, where are you at on immigration? And he was like, well, you know, immigrants are really important to California, and, you know, we need all the help that we can get to keep this, you know, huge economy going. So, like, I'm just all about, like, trying to get people here the right way. And he answered things in a way that made you feel like, oh, this is what, like, conservatives used to be. You know, like, he was asked something about money going to some, I forgot what it was, some program. And he said, well, like, I agree that program needs money, but I think what we need to really concentrate on in in California is protecting our watersheds. And I was like, see, this is what conservatives used to be. This is what it used to be when it was Al Gore, George Bush, Romney versus Obama. You used to be able to, like, listen to a conservative speak and be like, oh, well, like, I don't agree with everything they say. In fact, like, you know, a couple of the things that they believe I think is, like, batshit crazy. But for the most part, like, I'm just, you know, I'm going to vote Democrat because they're just more aligned with my values. But you didn't think the other person was insane. And now it's like, these people, they're like off the jump, they are crazy. The first things they say are insane. And it's like, there is no comparison between MAGA Republicans and traditional conservatives. There's just like no way that you can compare the two. And we have gotten far, far, far away from the Mitt Romneys and George Bushes. And I wasn't in agreement with those people, but they were better than these people.
Naive when you compare it to It seems naive when you compare it to 2024 and the burnt umber menace screaming about people eating dogs while he craps his diapers and mispronounces Arizonians.
We have many Azerasians.
Remember when Republicans were saying Biden was addled and didn't know where he was?
Okay. This is my favorite.
She will give you a transgender operation.
What say ye now, pray tell? Okay, so here we are. Currently running for president of the United States, we have probably the most qualified candidate in decades, even more so than Democratic Jesus, B-Rock, Hot Stuff, Obama Lamb.
B-Rock, Hot Stuff, Obama Land. I am never, ever going to refer to him as Barack Obama ever again. It's gonna be B-Rack, Hot Stuff, Be-Lamma-Bam. That is amazing. Oh my God.
Let's compare and contrast. Kamala Harris was a prosecutor of one of the world's biggest cities, elected, then was DA, elected, then was the Attorney General of California, elected, then was a United States Senator, elected, and for the last 4 years was the Vice President and part of the team that turned the country around after an orange skid mark tried to end democracy and 1 million died. Biden-Harris did such a good job, people are whining about eggs instead of grandma's dead body being stored in a refrigerated U-Haul.
Yeah.
We miss you, Nana.
I know, it'll go away like things go away.
So who is running against this paragon of competence, righteousness, and the rule of law? Douche McNasty. And he has earned that name. You know, personally, he has said he wants to date his daughter.
If Ivanka weren't my daughter, perhaps I'd be dating her.
Called soldiers suckers and losers. Ran up $7 trillion in debt, negotiated to raise gas prices with adversaries Saudi Arabia and Russia, stole top secret documents, and has been convicted of 34 felonies and has 58 more to answer for. He's a rapist. The judge said it. He was sued for raping a 13-year-old. Tax cheat, wife cheat, business cheat, bankrupt cheat. The man bankrupt casinos. And that's not the first time I've said that.
The man bankrupt 4 casinos. Do you know how casinos work?
There's a really good video. Well, the quality of it is garbage. But the video is Destiny. I think he went to a college recently. I think it was while he was canvassing or something. And he debated a co-host from InfoWars. Like, I don't know a lot about some of this, like, alternative media stuff. So apparently this guy that's a co-host from InfoWars that had been put in prison over the January 6th stuff, right? Like he had done some time. And he was debating with Destiny Harris versus Trump. And they actually got into this conversation that, you know, our friend Titus here is so succinctly breaking down into edible portions for us. But the point was that, you know, Destiny goes on to talk about Kamala Harris's record. It goes on to point out like how she's like the most qualified candidate. And then, like, the rebuttal for that is, and this is to give you an idea of who you're dealing with these people, is the rebuttal from this guy is, yeah, you want to elect Donald Trump because he's not qualified, like because he's not a politician, because he's never had to do all these things that politicians. Like if you go to a mechanic, and there's a guy there, and he's like, "Yo, bro, I've been working on Subies for 30 years. I've been a successful ASE certified mechanic for half my life. But here's Bill. And Bill's got a really edgy sense of humor. Bill likes to grab women by the poontang. Bill's cheated on multiple wives and bankrupted many casinos. And if you wanted to, I'll let Bill work on your car." You'd be like, "Fuck Bill. No. What do you, no." I don't want Bill working on my car. I want the ASE certified guy who's been doing it for 20, 30 years. If you walked in to you know, a murder scene and you were like, you had the chance to choose between the detective that's been a police officer his whole life, that's been investigating murders for 20, 30 years, or Bill. If you're going to have heart surgery and you had a choice between a surgeon that had been doing it for 30 years or Bill. If you had a teacher that was teaching your children, and it was a teacher that was tenured, that had been doing it for 20 years, that was well educated with a degree, or Bill. You're never fucking picking Bill. Ever. I don't care who you are. Even the crazy Trump people aren't picking Bill. And you're not going to pick fucking Trump to run a country because, well, he's never done the job. So that's his best qualification. It's fucking insane. It's so fucking insane. Spiking, you're back. Spiking. I'm glad to see you safe, Spiking. Spiking, while you're gone, somebody gifted you a membership. What's happening, Diane? What's going on, Diane? Good to see you guys. It's insane. What's going on, Matthew? It's insane that the argument, you would think the other side of the argument would be like, oh, okay, so let me tell you about, I mean, you got 4 years of his history, right? And the dude even says that we can look at his 4 years. Sure, if you're fucking politically illiterate, you can 100% look at Donald Trump's 4 years and go, he did a good job, though. He did great. He was amazing. This country is the best it ever been. Oh, shit, brother, you don't know. God, have you ever had it so good 4 years ago? Still not smart enough to say 5 years ago. Still not smart enough to say 6 years ago. Still says 4 years ago. Fucking dummies. Yeah, the dude can't make an actual argument that Donald Trump is, like, qualified to be the president of the United States. His argument is he's not qualified to be the president of the United States. That's why you should vote for him. Jesus Christ. Thank God for people like Titus.
Do you know how casinos work?
What's happening, Matthew?
People walk into the casino. They hand over all their money.
House always wins.
And then they walk out of the casino. Somehow he found the glitch in that.
And it's not like you don't know what you're getting. In 4 years, he gave billionaires more money. He golfed 300 plus days. He took kids from their families while his family avoided him, except for Jared, who got $2 billion from another adversary. He helped raise gas prices.
Dude, Jared is kind of low-key creepy, isn't he? Jared got that, like, kind of like the face of an 8-year-old. Jared's got some American Psycho vibes going on, big time. Like, Jared's the type of dude that's like, he invites you over for dinner with him and fucking Ivanka, and you sit down, and he's like, glass of wine, and you're like, yeah, hell yeah, brother. I bet you got good wine. Ooh, that's a good wine. He pulls out the good wine, he takes some of it, you start drinking it, and you're like, damn, that first glass of wine is hitting hard. Man, I am getting woozy, and next thing you know, you asleep. Jared's got that kind of face. Jared's got the kind of face you wake up and your hands are tied behind your back. And he's just smiling at you. Ivanka comes in the Dom uniform, and Jared's just smiling in the corner, jerking off. This is just what I imagine happens in their household on a Tuesday.
This is for. And they avoided him, except for Jared, who got $2 billion from another adversary he helped raise gas prices for. In those top secret documents I talked about,
there with you.
He had them while he was calling his bunk bed buddy and brutal dictator Vladimir Putin. You want to hear another weird coincidence? During the time Trump had the Storage Wars amount of top secret documents in his toilet, yep! We lost more undercover and covert spies and agents worldwide than we ever have.
I didn't know
They were
that.
captured or killed in China, Iran, North Korea, and oh look, Russia! Who had knowledge about these agents? I'm sure it's just a coincidence. So that's your choice. An insanely qualified, even-tempered, rule of law-loving constitutionalist, or, and I'm going to quote a guy that worked for him, 4-star General Milley. This is a quote.
Yeah, does that guy look like a guy that normally sides with liberals? Mark Milley is not exactly normally the type of person that you expect to see at like a fucking sit-in for civil rights, okay?
He's the most dangerous person ever. I had suspicions about his mental decline and so forth, but now I realize he's a total fascist. He is now the most dangerous person to this country. He's a fascist to his core. And that's a dude who hung out with Sweet Potato Hitler. Milley also said this about Trump. We don't take an oath to a king or a queen or a tyrant or a dictator. And we don't take an oath to a wannabe dictator. We don't take an oath to an individual. We take an oath to the Constitution, and we take an oath to the idea that is America. And we are willing to die to protect it. And he's right. And none of us are going to claim bone spurs to avoid fighting for America.
Only one person did that. I didn't even know bone spurs existed. If Donald Trump had never run for office, I would not even know what bone spurs were. Jesus Christ. Look, I mean, the number of people now that have come out and just said Donald Trump should never, ever come near the office of the presidency is so fucking high that it's unbelievable. Like, tell me one other candidate ever, I do mean ever, in the history of fuck America, how about the world? Has there ever been, even in these fucking countries that have literal dictators, literal strongmen, has there ever been like a fucking list of people, as long as there has been, that have came out and been like, you don't want a piece of this Trumpster fire. You don't want it in your country. You don't want it leading the country. Like, there has never, ever been a person that is less qualified, that has ran for office, that has had this many people, they have came in and been like, oh, you don't, him? Oh, you talking about my bro? Like my second best friend? Oh, you don't want him running the country, baby. Like, no. Like, oh, stay away from that. There are people that are literally like, you know, I don't think he's the worst dude, but you definitely don't want to run in a country. And that varies all the way to do not put him in office. He is practically fucking Hitler. There's a wide spectrum of people that are coming out that are like, don't do it. Don't do it. And half our country is like, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. God damn it.
Only one guy did that 5 times. Vote like your way of life depends on it. Because this time it actually does.
Christopher Titus, known for hyperbole, claims that this statement is 100% factual and is so scared of the possibility of this evil moron becoming president, he may have peed himself a little.
Vote! I'm Christopher Titus, and this is the Armageddon Update. I have to go change. You know, I don't really believe that we are still talking about vote for it. It should be obvious. In fact, he should have already dropped out. We should have just said, here you go, Kamala. Yeah, we're going to vote anyway just to make it official. But my God, you're obviously qualified, and this moron isn't.
Dude. It's insane. It's insane that we're even having this conversation right now. 10 years ago, this wouldn't even been a conversation. This dude... We once canceled a dude for going ree in a video. Times have changed. My good friend Spikin wants you all to not forget that the 21st century suffragettes political commentary happens on Tuesdays at 2 p.m. Eastern, Thursdays at 5 p.m. Eastern, and Sunday at 7 p.m. Eastern. And you can go and you can click that link that my good friend Spikin has put in check, because those ladies over there are killing it. They're cooler than I am, cooler than I'll ever be. So you guys want to go watch like some real stuff and actually like get some real information and not just listen to a soulless, angry ginger mock people. Go over there and check out those ladies talking, and a gentleman. But yeah, if you guys just want to watch people get made fun of, you're in the right place. I saw on one of my recent videos that I just posted about the Elon Musk Tim Pool Twitter fight, where Elon Musk has decided to stop allowing people to block each other, which is the most Elon Musk move I've ever seen. He's the biggest troll with the most money. Nothing like having the most wealth, resources, and connections in the world and using them to be a troll. That nothing says 2024 more than that. It's like the first time that I've ever been like, actually, Tim Pool might be right about this. But on that video, where I had to admit that I was actually agreeing with Tim Pool that taking away the block function potentially could be leading to people being harassed, stalked, sent pornography, lots of different things that are really bad. This dipshit came into my comments. I'm going to call this dipshit out on the air. And he said, I don't like Megan. I don't like this woke shit either. You're a clown. And I was like, I am so confused as to what woke means now. Because years ago, you know, obviously at the beginning, the true meaning of woke has, you know, its roots in black culture and in marginalized communities and being awake and aware. But obviously we've gone full 2024 idiocracy, and we don't remember the roots of words anymore. And, you know, 5 years ago, 6 years ago, being woke was getting your feelings hurt. That's what the right wanted you to think of being woke was. If you're woke, it's because you were mad that they said something mean. But this guy man comes on and says that me making fun of people is now woke. I am so fucking confused. I thought that was like, I mean, I don't mind being called woke. I think I like being woke. I guess you could call me woke and I would take it as a compliment. But I'm still confused though as to what the fuck it means. Because if I get up here and talk shit to people and make fun of people, and that's woke, but also getting your feelings hurt is woke. Is everything woke then? Is there no definition? Can we at least get like a loose explanation so that way I know like what I'm doing so I can properly define it? I mean, for now I'm 100% super cool with being woke, but I just thought that was hilarious. Like, we went from getting your feelings hurt, the right claiming that your feelings got hurt was woke, to now hurting the right's feeling is also woke. So it's anything I don't like is woke. Don't forget to like the stream. It's crazy though. People are crazy. Fatty pointing out our boy over there, Right Plight, who does live TikTok panels on the tube with Gen Zers mocking the MAGA morons sometimes, and some other good stuff. So don't forget to go give Right Plight a shout out, a subscribe, a share, and drop a comment. Also over there doing good work. He streams a lot of like Parker and Dean. He also shouts out small streamers as well. So I think Right Plight's at like 45 or maybe 60,000 subscribers now. So go over there, give that a like and a subscribe too. So lots of cool people out there on the internets nowadays. Thank God saving us from everything that's going on. So let's watch this from our boy Adam Mockler, who of course is one of my favorite people ever. But let's watch this video that he has here called "Trump Fights with Crowd as Everything Goes Wrong." I mean, that is a master class in writing a title right there from Adam Mockler. There's no way I couldn't click on this video. I was like, Adam, you got me.
All right, I cannot wait to show you guys Donald Trump's most awkward rally yet. It was like Donald Trump in a series of unfortunate events in Michigan today, because
Dude, the bar just keeps getting set higher, though. When you say Donald Trump's most awkward event yet, like, that is a hell of a bar to clear.
after moment went wrong. His mic cut out. Then the crowd got rowdy. Then he had to silence the crowd in an awkward way. Then his mic cut out again. And the best part is, you can see him getting increasingly angry as this goes on. I mean, he's held 3 or 4 campaign events today.
Do you think people are just trolling him now? You think like sound people are like, cut off his mic again? Dude, if I was a sound person, oh God, it'd be amazing. If I was a sound person at a Trump event, dude, I would be rolling. I'd just be cutting off his mic every like 30 seconds, like completely randomly. Oh, it'd be amazing.
Hey, I'm getting tired covering the dude because each event gets more and more unhinged, increasingly incoherent, and we're here to break it all down on this pro-democracy channel. With 18 days to go, we have no time to waste. Make sure you drop a like, make sure you subscribe, and let's lay the groundwork with this clip of a CNN reporter explaining that, quote, behind the camera, the rally is actually pretty empty. They have not been able to fill it. She then goes on to describe how there was a 2-hour delay before the rally, and it wasn't due to security purposes. It may have been due to optical purposes, meaning they were trying to shift the rally around to make it seem more full than it was, because again, it wasn't that full.
That's right. So we are here in downtown Detroit. We're in this pretty large venue. You can't really tell, Aaron, from where you are. I mean, right behind me, you can see the crowd. But behind the camera, where I'm speaking toward, it's actually pretty empty. They have not been able to fill this. And I'll also tell you that it took us more than 2 hours. They were 2 hours delayed in getting us into the venue today. And so there are questions about, I'm told it was not a security issue, according to two.
They're like, CNN's coming. Make sure to move some of those crowd members into the camera. They saw the CNN people and they're like, go get, hey, are there still Mexicans at the Home Depot? Go down there and see if we could get like a truckload of them. Bring them back. Yeah, I know we're not supposed to like immigrants, but we need people. Give them some Trump hats. Jesus.
A Secret Service official. So questions about whether they were, changing some of the optics in here. So that's just one thing to...
So they could have been changing some of the scenery to make it look more full optically.
Jesus.
And again, she says that
Remove
behind
some of
the
these
camera,
chairs.
the space appears quite empty, meaning the rally is diminishing, just like Trump's mental faculties. Now, here's the first clip we have of Donald Trump. Let's jump right in with the bangers. Donald Trump has to silence a crowd member after he gets a little bit too rowdy. I want you to listen closely because it gets a little bit awkward, and I think we see Donald Trump's true disdain for his supporters. He tells him, sit down.
Please raise your hand. Oh, we have one guy. I have a feeling he won't be doing it when they... Nah, thank you very much. Good. Thank you. Sit down. That's enough. That's enough. He's our friend, but that's enough.
He does not like when people upstage him or get any more attention. And I have to always point out over on the left when there is an ivermectin, we got you covered.
Good job. Good job, Adam. I was like, I'm like the only person that ever points out the fact that they always have like the weirdest fucking ads on these RSBN feeds. Like, these people are people that don't believe COVID is real, yet they'll still buy the contagion emergency kit. Like, they don't believe it's real, but they'll still... That's how gullible these people are. Does money just, like, fall out of these people's wallets? Like, when they go to pick up their wallet, does just, like, money just, like, fucking fly off into the wind? Because these people are the worst people with money. That's why they think the economy is bad, is they're buying fucking ivermectin kits. Dude, if you can save $45 with the code RSBN on your ivermectin kit, that means it costs more than $45. How much money are you spending on ivermectin? How many people, guys, how many old-ass people are going to pass away, and then their kids come in, and you know that moment when you have to go through all your parents' old shit, and it's usually like kind of like a walk down memory lane, like you're like, oh, these are all my dad's old records. Oh, that's really cool, man. Like, oh yeah, I remember when you just sit here and listen to this music and stuff. And then you're like, oh yeah, this is like, all my mom's like knitting stuff. She used to just sit here and she used to knit in front of the fire, and people still knit, right? Old people. But can you imagine what it's gonna be like when these people pass away? You're gonna go in there and you like open the closet and there's just like a fucking like 17 hangers of Trump shirts. There's a fucking shirt that says I'm voting for the felon. A shirt that says Trump that bitch. You're like, wow, I can't even take these to Goodwill. This is gonna be awkward. And then you're like going through the rest of your shit. You're opening boxes and there's like 10 fucking ivermectin emergency kits. What the fuck am I supposed to do with this much fucking horse medicine? It's gonna be weird when these people pass away. Like, there's gonna be people that are just gonna be like, you know what, just burn it all down. I don't even need the money for the house. It's just not worth it. Just let's go ahead and let's just pour gas in this bitch and light it on fire. It's better that way. It's gonna be so weird when these people pass away.
Ad, how much should they pay for this stuff? Save $45 with code RSBN. Please never ever buy an ivermectin kit off of a Trump rally advertisement. I mean, there are real purposes for ivermectin, real medical purposes. You don't buy it off of a Trump rally website. You don't buy it and at the bottom it says the same thing, but Trump actually gets a little bit firm with the crowd. And again, I think this shows his true disdain. He would rather grift by selling stuff like ivermectin and watches and coins than actually interact with them. And the second one Trump supporter starts to yell or upstage him, he gets mad. Look at the aggression, or listen to the aggression in Trump's voice.
Good. Thank you. Sit down. That's enough.
I mean, there was some aggression there. That's the way he talked to Zelensky, a little bit of a bully fashion.
That's enough. He's our friend, but that's enough.
Fashion, and the crowd doesn't really laugh as hard as you'd think because it seems a little bit awkward. We're going to keep.
Yeah, it's not like he's super aggressive. He's condescending. Like, oh, this person's an idiot. Yeah, like he's going to vote for me, but he's an idiot. We still like him. He'll vote for us, but we shouldn't be cool with him. Like, just tell him to shut up and sit down.
Keep jumping in with the bangers. Watch this clip of Donald Trump speaking as people behind him walk out. And they're not just walking past him.
No.
You see them throw their bags and their jackets over their shoulder and walk out. Watch these blonde ladies over on the right.
Their street gangs and their drug dealers and terrorists are now in our country. 21 million people came in under their rule, and she was in charge of the border. She's a grossly incompetent person, and we can't let this happen. We have to get the hell out and vote and get them out of here.
This is a big group of people clearly leaving. I mean, sometimes people walk past him, sometimes people walk behind him. We clearly see these people putting their jacket over their shoulder and dipping.
Are now in our country.
And this was in the immigration part of Trump's speech, which was probably the entire speech. But no, this was early on in his speech. This was first 30 minutes.
Yeah, I was going to say, the immigration thing, it's got to be at this point, like, you've seen it so much, man. You've seen it so much. And if you're a Trump supporter, like, you go to, like, a bunch of these rallies and stuff, It's like the same shit over and over and over again. Dude never learned how to spice it up. Dude never learned that, like, you got to, like, change things, make things different. Like, he drones on and on and on about the same shit, man. Like, they stayed long enough to get paid. Exactly, Spiking. What up, Ozzy?
Minutes, we see people walking out, and they're selling combat knives now. I mean, is ivermectin in this one? We got you covered. Trump combat knives, patriotaddictdeals.com. You could not pay me to put my credit card in.
You couldn't pay me to put my credit card information into that. Oh, dude. Like, these are, like, just so you guys know, these are going to be all the markers of stupidity after this is all over. Like, it doesn't matter who wins, to be honest with you. It's still going to, like, years later, we're going to be able to look at your, like, the knife on your side, and we're going to be like, oh, yeah, he's got one of those American RSBN knives. You're like, holy shit, I bet he's got an ivermectin contagion kit in his truck. Like, it's going to be, like, they've branded themselves. They have literally, like, put signs upon themselves to let us all know that these people should not be trusted with your children.
Information into
Whoops. Oh, my headset. Hold on. Drink.
Website with that title, and then Trump's mic begins to cut out, and you see him visibly rage.
Bloomberg interviewed me, and I think he understood it, and I think the Wall Street Journal now understands it, because to me, the most beautiful word in the dictionary. It's not love. It's not respect.
It's tariff. Oh, and then he cuts out, and then he realizes. Watch the moment he realizes.
Oh, that's amazing. Look at the guys behind him.
He freezes. Hello? Taps on the mic. Then he gets mad. Yep. Then he leans over. He does a Trump lean. And then everyone starts chanting, fight, fight, fight. But I want you to notice very closely, these ladies aren't too amused. They say fight, and then they're kind of just like checking their phones. I don't know. We're not too amused with what's going on. This lady goes on her phone. She really doesn't care. Trump is over here just being...
Oh, no.
And again, there's no audio. Hello, he's saying hello. This lady is not having it. I mean, they have to be bored. That's probably a normal human being. Oh, and then Trump walks around for a bit.
Hold on, so Adam just
He tries another mic.
Adam just said, that's probably a normal human being. Like, that's where we've gotten to with Trump crowds. It's like playing Where's Waldo for normal people. You're like, oh, I found one. You're like, this person might be able to speak in full sentences. This would be amazing. Those people should also be studied. Because like I said before, I do think that, like, after this is all over, like, we need to, like, look, I'm saying it's voluntary, but these people will fall for anything. So I'm sure that they'd sign up for any random ass study that you asked them to. I'm not asking people to force these people to be in the study. I'm saying that they'll join up. Just offer them, like, a fucking, I don't know, a fucking ivermectin contagion kit or a fucking American knife. Like, they'll definitely join up for that shit, okay? These are the type of people that sign up for bank accounts when they already have bank accounts because they're giving away a free toaster, all right? So I'm just saying, give these people a free toaster, get them to sit down with you after this is all over, and let's study these motherfuckers. We need to know. This is important to the future of America. And then the most important thing we need to do is get the normal people, like Adam just called out, the normal people. And we got to figure out what's up with those people. What was it? Was it the grift? Was it the money? Was it the popularity? Was it the communion? What is it? We need to know, guys. We need to know.
Nothing. This is bad. This is awkward. Did I not say it was the most awkward rally?
Hold on.
Watch.
Hold on. Is this more awkward though than Donald Trump? Adam, if you watch this video, is this more awkward than the 40 minutes he stood on stage doing his while, like, Ave Maria played and Guns N' Roses played? Is this? I mean, come on. Let's not be hyperbolic, Adam. Is this more awkward than 40 minutes of watching Donald Trump stand on stage while people are being transported out from heat stroke? It's a good question.
He literally just picks up the mic. Like, did I not say it was the most awkward rally? What is happening? Watch. He literally just picks up the mic like a little kid. He's acting like a little kid. Oh, there's a mic. Nothing works. We already know he's gonna stiff these contractors, right?
Dude, turn it off and turn it back on again, bro.
He's probably already trying to take it to court. Why is someone recording this? Someone in the back?
No, hold on. The reason the mics don't work is probably because you didn't pay the mic people. They probably turned that shit off.
Because recording like this is some... Well, let's see. It keeps going on for minutes longer. This is a 3-minute long clip, y'all. And here's a grumpy and exhausted Trump after his microphone malfunctions. Let's see what he says.
Thank you. So now what happens is I won't pay the bill for this stupid company that rented us this crap.
There you go.
I won't pay the bill, and then we'll have a story that Trump didn't pay the bill to a contractor. No, when they do that kind of a job, don't pay the bill.
I mean, you cannot contract someone for work and after they complete their job, not pay them. Maybe if that happens one time, then it's a different story. There can be a negotiation to be had. But when Donald Trump has done this 850 times throughout his career, then come on. I mean, I already told the story of my cameraman and I after a Trump rally, and we were talking. We were like, I wonder who pays for the protection. Is it the Secret Service? Does it come out of the Leo's pocket, the local enforcement officers? Or does it come out of the Trump campaign? We looked it up and we found stories of the Trump campaign genuinely not paying for the protection. Here's a clip of Donald Trump talking about Detroit.
And I don't want him to get up and use this crappy microphone that they sent. I don't want him to do that. I want to keep him good and healthy. Unlike Trump, I want him to have his voice tomorrow. When I get up tomorrow and I can't speak, I'm going to say Detroit did it to me, but that's...
What's the deal with these ads promising solar panels for free? Well, it's not true. You can't get solar panels.
Detroit did it to me. Bro's always talking about... And look at this. Classic collection sale. You guys know that 1488 is a...
Yeah, it's the... What is this? The 14 words of white supremacy, right? And 88 is HH, which is Hell Hitler. Like, dude, don't clip that. I'm so lucky I'm not my viewer. The amount of clips of me saying shit would be all over the internet. Yeah, but 1488. 14 is, if I remember right, it's been a long time. It's been about 35 years since I was inundated in that culture. But 88 is definitely HH. 14, I want to say, is the 14 words of white supremacy.
A dog whistle. It is a Nazi dog whistle. 1888. What a weird price to have for pillows. These are some of the most bizarre ads I've ever seen. The Trump combat knife. It's like the episode of Rick and Morty where they go into alternate universes on the TV. Am I going to see some like...
You know, the one thing too about this. So I heard Mike Pillow trying to like say like, oh no, this is because of this other thing, right? So he's trying to say, no, we just came up with 1488, right? He's like, it's just half the price. But the problem with that is that's not half the price. And actually 1489 would be closer than 1488 is. Like, that's such a weird number to like specifically come up with. Like, even if, okay, so if you didn't know, if somebody was like, hey bro, just so you know, like you're like kind of in this whole like white nationalist movement that people see as being white nationalists, and you just use two numbers that have an affinity for white power culture, you'd be like, oh shit, did I? Oh, easy enough. Let's make it 1489. That number sounds better anyways. 1489, right? And he was like, nah, we're keeping it. It's kind of weird.
That 1488 is a dog whistle. It is a Nazi dog whistle. 1888. What a weird price to have for pillows. These are some of the most bizarre ads I've ever seen. The Trump combat knife. It's like the episode of Rick and Morty where they go into alternate universes on the TV. Am I going to see some like alien on the next ad? In this clip, Trump is saying that it's going to be the Liberation Day for Trump soon. This reads, at the end of the speech, it's going to be Liberation Day for Donald Trump.
But November 5th, 2024 will be Liberation Day in America.
Like 1776? What is he?
Is that what it is? Is it Walmart, Fatty?
And when I get rid of this microphone at the end of the speech, it's going to be Liberation Day for Donald J.
Dude, like, look at how mad he is over a microphone not working. This isn't the dude you want in charge of the most powerful fucking country's military in the world. Somebody that is this juvenile. You don't want somebody so immature that when their mic doesn't work, they get so upset that they start getting the mob worked up as well. That's like the opposite of what you want from a leader. A leader is a person that when things happen that aren't great, aren't good, and sometimes when they're really, 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 really fucking bad, which doesn't qualify for your mic not working, you keep your shit together. And you go around and you calm people down. And you go, you know what? We good. Don't worry about it. Trust. We're good. We're good. This dude is not in any way, shape, or form, in like any lane, qualified to be a leader. Like I said before, this dude couldn't manage a fucking Wendy's, much less the fucking most powerful nation in the world. What are we doing?
Trump, because I'm blowing out my voice. To get this sucker done, I'm blowing out my voice.
He's also done 4 events today, and they've all been raspy as hell. And you can hear someone in the back yell, lock them up.
It's going to be Liberation Day for Donald J. Trump, because I'm blowing out my voice. To get this sucker done, I'm blowing.
Dude, literally, figuratively, whatever you want to call it, he's done. Like, this dude went on Dan Bongino's, whatever that fucking weird dude is that used to be was he a Fox News commentator or something like that, and he got fired? He went on that dude's podcast, and he made it like 20 minutes, and he was like, literally, this is how fucking dumb Donald Trump is. Donald Trump doesn't recognize that it's a live stream, and he's like, hey, hate to call it, but I think we're going to have to cut this short. You're just going to have to edit that out. Yeah, you can't edit that out on a live stream. He's done. He's got nothing left. The dude, how karmic is it that the guy that was talking trash about how old Biden was, about how he doesn't have any energy, about how he's cognitive declining, how karmic has it been to watch Donald Trump decline for the last 6 months? Just absolutely shit the bed. He wasn't the smartest dude to begin with. There weren't a lot of brain cells left. And the 6 or 7 that he had, 4 of them have left the building. And the coke's wearing off, the Adderall's wearing off, the brain cells, the few he had left have left the building. And this is what's left. A dude that looks sad, a dude that looks tired, a dude that makes fun of the cities he's campaigning in, and a dude that his mic just doesn't work anymore.
You heard that right there. Lock them up. Donald Trump has already floated the idea of using the National Guard. And I want to show you guys what Trump did earlier in Michigan. He met with the mayor of a primarily Muslim district called Hamtramck, Michigan. He met with Mayor Amir Ghalib, and I want to show you how he gaslights this crowd in a very, very obvious way. Now, my dad is Muslim. His whole side of the family is Muslim. We're all pretty liberal. We hate Trump, but there has been this weird infiltration into Muslim communities, into minority communities in America that tend to be socially conservative, that think Trump is this socially conservative beacon of, I don't know.
Mr. President, one thing that the Democrats keep sending to our communities to scare them that you will come and deport them, although some of them are second and third generation immigrants. So I want you to respond to these accusations and fear delivering to our community. What would you say?
Fake news.
Fake news. Really, really articulate response. Look.
Yeah, that's all it takes. That's all it takes. Like I said, these people are aggressively gullible. Like, they don't need anything more than that. All they need is just like, please affirm for me the thing that I believe. Don't use a lot of words. Just say it in the voice. Oh, God, he's so funny. Man, he really got us with the fake news comment. He's only been doing it for like 9 years now. It's like the only thing he's got. But damn, it's effective. Like, forget the fact that during the debate, when asked about what Israel would do to you know, a majority Muslim country, majority Muslim state, was finish the job, get it done quick, go in there, do whatever you need to do, just get it over with. I don't know if people know that means what he's saying. I don't know if people need things Trump explained to them, but in Trump language, that is, kill whoever you need to kill, finish the job. I just don't want to hear about it anymore because it's annoying to me. That's what it means. And then he's going to be doing a deal to get his Trump Tower on the Gaza Strip. That's what he's going to do. But that's cool. Like, you're really mad right now. So he said fake news. He's totally for you. He's totally for you. Jesus Christ, people are stupid.
Look at him right here, screaming into the mic. Let me say that Donald Trump, in his first week in office, enacted a Muslim ban, a self-described Muslim ban from multiple Muslim-majority countries, which affected parts of my family personally. Donald Trump also, as buddy-buddy with Netanyahu, has made up conspiracy theories about Barack Obama being a Muslim.
Yeah,
and if these Muslims think that being a second-generation immigrant will save them, think again, because the Haitian migrants in Ohio were naturalized under the Trump administration, under a federal program that he expanded, and he still wants to deport them. So I'd say, think again.
They say every week they have a different concept for me. I'm going to be the biggest dictator in the world. I'm going to destroy the world. They have so many things that they've said about me, and no.
You said it yourself, buddy.
I was going to say, they don't say it, you say it. Jesus Christ.
Dictator day one.
Nothing six. Is this the new one? I'm going to come and we're going to deport, but just your community. That's good. Well, and I'll tell you what, they're also great people. They're great workers.
And you know, this comes in stark contrast to the way that Donald Trump was talking to business executives earlier. This business exec at Donald Trump's roundtable event in Michigan, within the same 2 hours, said, we need to crush jihad from this earth, and we need Donald Trump to do it. And just listen to the way he says jihad. It's just telling.
I understand what it means to have jihad, right? And there's a big difference between jihad and...
It's the same way that Donald Trump says, the blacks. Like, there is a way, like, that you can say, like, that black dude over there, and it don't sound racist. You just like, that black dude over there. You know, like, that's the dude that, like, he braid your hair. Like, you get the good shit. That dude's, he's got skills, you know? And then there's the way Donald Trump says, the blacks. And that shit sounds racist.
Wonderful Muslim workers in Michigan. They are not the same thing. We need to crush jihad from this earth, and we need Donald J. Trump to do it.
Wait.
Why compare jihadists to Muslims in Michigan? It's just it's a weird thing to do. Trump hesitantly nods along, like, I guess, buddy, I guess. And then this guy looks over to Trump's approval before even clapping. Watch. Does Trump like it? Does Trump like it? He does. Okay,
yeah,
now
I can clap.
Now I can clap. Either way, if you guys enjoyed this video, if you appreciate my breakdowns, drop a like, comment a blue.
Yeah, don't forget, go like and subscribe to Adam's channel. Adam's gonna get 1 million. Adam's gonna get 1 million. I mean, we know he's gonna get 1 million, but yeah, and it's like Adam makes a good point there, and that's like none of us are for religious extremism, and that's been the argument forever when it comes to like the Muslim people that are in our society, is that there is a big difference between being a person that is religious and then being religious and extremist. And that's not specific to the Muslim religion. It's in all religions. It's fundamentalism. I heard somebody say the other day, and I really liked it. I think actually it was Hassan. I don't watch a lot of Hassan stuff, and I don't agree with a ton of the stuff that Hassan talks about. Some stuff I do, some stuff I don't. I guess that's how I feel about everybody. But I heard him say, he was talking about, he had a discussion with Asmongold over the crazy shit Asmongold said about Palestine. And he said, what you're against is fundamentalism. He's like, you're not against the Palestinian people. You're not against Muslims. You're against fundamentalism. And he's like, but the mistake you're making is that you're saying it in such a broad manner that it sounds like you're saying it about Palestinian people. It sounds like you're saying it about all Muslims, and that's the problem. And when you say something along the lines of, we've got to stop the jihad, it's like, well, okay, well, is that going on in America? It's not going on in America. I'm sorry, but that is not going on in America. What is going on in America is that the Ku Klux Klan is literally setting itself up to potentially cause a second civil war so that way it can install itself in the White House. And if you don't believe me, read Joe Moore's book. Joe Moore was a FBI informant, a citizen that became a FBI informant and infiltrated the KKK during Barack Obama's first and second term, and was in the KKK during Donald Trump's presidency and watched it. That's what's actually going on. But it's fundamentalism. Fundamentalism, whether it's in Christianity, whether it's in the Muslim religion, whatever it is, across the world, the right-wing fundamentalists are who the problem is. It's not unique to Muslims. And then when you do that, you do make it sound like it is a Muslim problem. But there are good people that are Muslims, and there are bad people that are Muslims. There are good people that are atheists, and there are bad people that are atheists. There are good people that are heterosexual, and there are bad people that are heterosexual. There are good people that are gay, and there are bad people that are gay. You want to remember that at all times that you must create a division, partition off the fundamentalist extremists from people that are just here to try to live a life. And the majority of our population, I believe, period, wants to just live their life. That's why I think it's bad when you call out people in this way. Obviously, I also am against jihad. I am also against holy wars. But I'm not going to point it out in the way that this guy did it. Like I said, there's a way that certain people say things that you're like, that shit, the way you say it, sounds racist. Let's see. I'll make it a 1 million too. Jelly Bean, I like your confidence, Jelly Bean. Thanks for that. I appreciate that. So anyways, speaking of... That's a hell of a segue. That's a good segue. Let's talk about a top MAGA pastor who calls for executions in an unhinged tirade. Budget Matt Walsh. Watch, I'm going to play this. It's actually going to be Matt Walsh. Budget Matt Walsh gave a sermon speaking to, some of the stuff that I was just actually talking about that is not just one side. That is not just... only these people are the ones that do it. Also, these people do it as well. So let's take a listen to, this is Really America, And the video is top MAGA pastor calls for executions in unhinged tirade.
I need you to stop and listen to. I need you to pause what you're doing and watch this video clip from Pastor Joel Webbin, who is a Christian nationalist MAGA pastor. He is advocating for the public execution of women who he says, quote unquote, make false allegations of sexual assault. He creates this conditional to enter this conversation about publicly executing women into the public discourse. And he does it in the pulpit. Take a listen in.
And if that were to occur, and the just penalties were to be enforced, you, the false accuser, is now put to death, and that's a public death. It's a public sentence, publicly carried out. Then the citizens of these United States of America, you know what they would do? #MeToo would end real fast.
What? Wait, what? Hold on. Is this gentleman... Let me try to suss this one out. Is this gentleman saying that the proper thing to do is that if a woman makes an allegation that is false, that you should execute her publicly, and that will put a stop to women coming out and saying, not false allegations, because in the Me Too movement, were there false allegations? Of course there were. There were some. But were the majority of those allegations, did they seem to be fucking 100%? Yeah, it seems that way. Weinstein? It seems as though the majority of the time that when somebody says some people did some shit to him, that shit was true. So this guy's fucking point of view is that we should publicly execute people that make false allegations so that way women stop making all allegations. There is so much wrong with this statement. Jesus Christ.
How do you... False accusing? Playing the victim when you're actually not? Like, you know how to end that real fast? All you have to do is publicly execute a few women who have lied.
That seems a bit extreme, brother. I would think you could just, use civil suits, potentially, I don't know, some light jail time? Can we start there? How the hell did we go from, you could be imprisoned for making false allegations to public executions? You know what we should also potentially add to that docket? People stirring up people to get people to go out and do crazy shit. Maybe those people should also be taken out in public and shot. Do you see how that could get out of control? What the fuck? Dude, and how many people does this guy have following him? How much you want to make it bet this guy has 250,000 subscribers, 500,000 subscribers? How much you want to make it bet these videos that this guy published gets hundreds of thousands of watches and tons of likes? It's insane. You went from this person made a false allegation and they should be held accountable to let's take them out in the street and just shoot them. What the fuck, dude? Jesus.
Now, before I get into the nuances of this, the
the
theological and the logical
Diane?
fallacies here, and the downright nationalism and the authoritarianism behind it, I've got to ask Joel Webbin, what is wrong with you? No, for real.
Actually.
What is wrong with you, my guy? Now, I've been tracking this guy, Joel Webbin, for a minute. He hates me. He has me blocked on Twitter.
This guy's a pastor.
It's so funny that a person who is bold enough to advocate publicly for the public execution of women is terrified of little old me. Why won't you debate your theology with me? But you're bad enough to call for the public execution. Yeah. What is wrong with you? What did your mother assault you? Did a group of girls drag Joel Webbin out to the playground and curb stomp?
It's because he's got a shitty beard. It's because he's got a shitty beard. Let's just be honest. Let's be honest. Yeah, I don't know. There's probably a lot wrong with this dude. I bet if you see, this is the type of person I do think we should definitely study. I'm just saying, if this man ever commits a crime that is worthy of incarceration during that time, we offer him like a carton of cigarettes to be studied, okay? That's all I'm saying. This dude needs to be studied.
During recess. Like, what is actually wrong with these people? They hate women so much.
Weird,
at the core of them. They cannot stand the fact that a woman has the nerve to speak up about something that happened to her. Because let's be real. This conditional that he sets, and I've already had people on Twitter say, oh, well, it is a sin to bear false witness against your neighbor. First of all, let's get down to it. How many women do not report sexual assault?
Thank you. Thank you. All of these people they're like, she waited 10 years. Well, if she had been assaulted, she would have done it. She would have reported it immediately. First of all, a lot of women do report shit immediately, and they don't get taken seriously because of dick shits like this guy. Okay, and then also, it's not as easy as that. Sometimes these women are being assaulted by like employers. Sometimes these women are being assaulted by people who are big in the community. Sometimes these people are being assaulted by former presidents of the United States of America, allegedly. Oh, I don't need to say that. He did that shit. Oh, I forgot. It's insane. And look, when somebody does make false allegations, they're doing a disservice, not just to whatever man that they have accused, but also to the women. And women know that. Women understand that. That's not something that they need explained to them. There's not a bunch of people that are doing this, okay? This isn't a high percentage. This is just like any other argument that you hear from these types of people where they go, but you know that like people do make false allegations. No shit. No shit. So fuck all women. Like that's insane. If that's like the bar for anything that we did, that some people misuse it. So fuck everybody that it's happened to. Like that's insane. That's insane. Jesus Christ. This video. And what happened? Yeah, so it is a commandment, right? Thou shalt not bear false witness. But isn't it also say in the Bible that it isn't our job to judge? Doesn't it say in the Bible that God will deal with that person? I'm not a biblical theologist. Is that a thing? I'm not a religious person, so you guys tell me. If you're religious, doesn't it say in the Bible that God is the one who will punish that person, not fucking budget Matt Walsh?
How many women are terrified of reporting it right now today, and that's in a system that doesn't execute you?
Exactly, Diane.
And so what this is, and it's very clear because he said it at the end of the clip there, this is nothing more than to put a muzzle, a silencer on every woman in this country, and Joel knows it. And he's doing it from the pulpit, which is anathema to me. But how many times have we seen through history how the words of pastors and priests and bishops cause death and destruction? And it's coming back into vogue, right? There's an entire movement now that's aligned with Joel Webbin and MAGA and Christian nationalism that wants to go back to the time when women were silent. In fact, Joel Webbin, in this next clip, this is Joel Webbin advocating for the abolition of the 19th Amendment because he does not believe women should have the right to vote. And I want you to keep in mind, this is one of the top influencers in MAGA spaces. This is the type of person that is coming into power with Donald Trump if we don't stop him.
And just for the record, I think the 19th Amendment should be repealed. I think that because, well, first and foremost, because I'm a Christian, and that is the Christian position. Oh my gosh, you're saying that? Yeah.
Wait. Oh, Christians, help me out. Is that the Christian position? So this is what I was saying. This is what Hassan had said. Your enemy is fundamentalism. It's not people that just want to go to church. It's not people that want to feed homeless people. It's not people that just want a sense of community. It's fundamentalism. Because I'm going to guess that's what he's referring to, right? Like Christian fundamentalism is that the woman should be subservient to the man. Like that's probably like some type of, once again, I'm not big on all this shit. So You can tell me if I'm incorrect, and I do like to be corrected. So if I'm incorrect about this, please do let me know. But isn't the religious fundamental ideal that the woman should be subservient to the man? And when I talk about fundamentalism, I'm not talking about oh, this is just like something that you may or may not. I mean, like the core belief, right? Like back in the day, this is what was said. That's what he's referencing. Women shouldn't have a right to vote. Women shouldn't have the ability to determine whether or not they get health care. Women shouldn't have be able to determine whether or not they're treated equally at jobs. I wonder how this dude feels about black people. I wonder how this dude feels about minorities. I wonder how this dude feels about people in other religions. I bet that this dude believes that every single one of those people are inferior. And you want to know the crazy thing? What Asmongold said was wrong. What that dude did was wrong, and he came out and he apologized for it, and I take his apology at face value, and I hope to see him do something actions-wise that showed that he means what he says. But Asmongold said some shit that was wrong. This dude preaches it. This dude gets up on a pulpit and leads people. Does this guy have a YouTube channel? Does this guy have a Twitch channel? Why are we banning Asmongold, which we should? You shouldn't say the shit that he said. Not on a private business's platform for sure. But why isn't this dude? Because he says it in prettier words? Because he says it in more words? Because he's not so blunt with the way he says it? Why does this dude get to speak up? Holy shit.
Yes, that is the Christian position, is that households should not be divided against one another. So it's not just elevating a male vote, but it's elevating the household vote. By repealing the 19th Amendment, just for the record, it's not just trying to take away a female vote, but it's trying to say, no, there's a family vote. Right.
Dude, oh my God, this is taking me back to when I fucking argue with the red pillars. Oh my God, this is going to break my brain. So this is what they used to argue, is that the man votes for the family. You can't say those words without feeling like a complete fucking idiot. This guy is so insecure, he doesn't like that women vote. That's what it is. What it comes down to is guys like this are super insecure. This dude wouldn't survive in a rough life. He thinks he's the man of the family. He thinks he's the head. He thinks he can get shit done. This dude would not survive for 5 minutes in the place that I grew up. This dude would be somebody's bitch where I grew up. Bro, you wouldn't get to vote. You would have the right to, but you wouldn't get to. Not where I come from, dog. Holy shit. This guy thinks he's some kind of alpha. This guy thinks he's the head of something. This guy is actually the pussification of America. Holy shit. Look at budget ass Matt Walsh. Bruh. That's some red pill shit. When they say that the family, you're taking it back to the family having the vote. What he means is that the man gets to decide who you vote for. Because people like Donald Trump can't survive in this environment where women have the right to speak up. People like Donald Trump and this little bitch right here, they can't survive in this environment. Not where they get challenged because they're insecure. They're not confident. They're scared little men. They're afraid that if women can speak up, that they'll stay being the inconsequential, underappreciated pieces of garbage that they've always been and they always will be. No one likes you, not even your own family, bro. Jesus.
There's a household, and it's well, where do women get their voice? Where women get their voice is from their father, Hazel. From their husband. If they're not married, it's from their father. If they're not married and their father's dead, it's from their brother, it's from their uncle, it's the men in their lives that love them.
If you're thinking about buying solar panels, don't. The U.S. government will literally buy them.
Dude, I want to say so many things that will get me banned from YouTube right now.
So again, Joel,
Jeannie.
What woman hurt you so badly that you've committed your entire being, your entire life, your entire persona, your professional career, your public branding? What woman did something so terrible to you that your entire life has been dedicated to the subjugation and...
No, my man. It's not what woman, it's women. He is the way he is because he's afraid of women, because he's emasculated by women. He's insecure because of women. And it's not because they've done anything. It's because women exist. Women make him feel inferior, and the only way that he knows to act out against it is to take away their rights. But he won't do it. He can't do it. He needs other people to do it. Like, this is this idea that's really like strong in like the red pill extremist religious worldview, is that they think that these things should happen, but they know they can't do it themselves because they're a bunch of pussies. They know that they need other people to do it for them. They need strong arms. They need people that are aggressively gullible, that will go out and take the actions that they're too scared to take, because they know, dude, my sister will beat the shit out of that dude. My sister would lay into that dude's fake ass beard, just slap the fucking no chin right off his face. It would not even be a fight. Dude. And here it is, guys. Here it is. You see it in this video right now. Religion can be used for things that are really good, or religions can be used for things that are really bad. And weak men use religion to try to control people. Weak men use religion to try to silence people. Weak men use religion to boost themselves up, to present themselves with confidence that they don't have. And strong men, strong people, use religion to influence people in positive ways, to take care of the homeless, to reach out to people, to help people, to create community. And I'm not religious, but I can tell you that I can see that. I can see where you have men that have chosen a religious path, or women that have chosen a religious path, and they use it for good. And you can see the strength that's inherent in those people. Martin Luther King was a perfect example of a very strong religious man using his pulpit for good, because that's what strong people do. Strong people help other people. Weak people try to control them. Weak people try to take rights away from women. That dude doesn't even, like, he couldn't even walk in Martin Luther King's shadow. Couldn't even walk.
The oppression of women, and now you're calling for the public execution of those you say would lie about sexual assault, when we know that most sexual assault does not go reported because of fear of the system as it is now. Exactly. And you know, Joel, just like I know that you know, that the purpose of this is to cut it off completely, so that men like you, men who are intimidated by women, men who are terrified of women like Kamala Harris, men who could never sit and hold a conversation or maintain a healthy relationship with a woman who is equally as powerful as you. You can't do that. And what you want to do is fundamentally change society where women have no voice anymore because you can't force them to do what you want. And before I get to the ad hominems, let's go to because there's plenty to lay at his feet.
Oh, no, I got you, dog. I'll take care of all the ad hominems. That's one of my favorite things now, is when somebody tries to, like, argue with me about something, and they're like, dude, that's an ad hominem. I'm like, I don't give a fuck. Bro, I'm going to insult you. I think you're an idiot. I think your ideas are stupid. I think you're a terrible human being. I'm going to tell you all those things. Like, it's such a funny culture that we live in now, where you start debating somebody and you make a bunch of really good points, and then they say something stupid and you're like, that's fucking dumb. And they're like, ad hominem. Like that just like completely cancels out the fact that you just like completely shredded every bit of their argument. And then at the end you dropped an insult on them and they're like, ad hominem. And I'm like, no, that's called frosting on the cupcake, dog. Like like I sprinkle that shit, right? Like, first of all, I'm gonna tell you why you're wrong, and I'm gonna fucking just rip your fucking argument to absolute shreds, and then I'm gonna sprinkle the insults on top just to let you know that I think you're a piece of fucking garbage. That's what I do.
Let's go to the theological problem here. He might be in the pulpit and he calls himself a pastor, but he's not preaching Christ. He's preaching Christian nationalism. He's preaching patriarchy. Because how many times in the Bible did Jesus come to the aid of women in very specific cases where otherwise that woman would have been executed? Several times. The Gospel of John, chapter 8, verses 1 through 11, Jesus is confronted by the religious leaders of the day, asking him about stoning a woman who was caught in the act of adultery. And what did Jesus do? Said, he who is without sin cast the first stone. What you're preaching, Joel Webbin, is not Christ-like. It is most certainly Christian nationalist-like, but it's not Jesus. A second example, John chapter 4, verses 1 through 42. You have the story of the woman, the Samaritan woman at the well, who was an outcast, but Jesus showed her respect, dignity, and compassion amongst everything else that he did in that encounter. Time after time, the Jesus in the very same Bible that you profess to read, Joel Webbin, has made it clear that the dignity and the advancement of women is a priority to the kingdom of God. But here you are in your pompous and pious position as a pastor in Christian nationalism, advocating for the execution, the public execution of a woman who you will label and say she's lying on that man. We all know the power of this MAGA misinformation machine and their ability to turn lies into action. And so if any woman ever accuses someone of sexual assault, again, all they have to do is ask MAGA to turn that into a lie. And there you go, Joel.
And that's the whole point of Donald Trump has made people no longer trust the media. And look, there's a lot in mainstream media that needs to be talked about and should be talked about. But there's individual journalists that have made it their life's work to go out there and try and report news as they see it, as they understand it. They're not always right, but that they put their integrity on the lines. There are still people that I 100% believe do that. And he has changed it to, all you have to do, what did he just do? He just did it. He just did it when he was talking to the Muslim people in Detroit. All he has to do, fake news. He doesn't have to explain why a story isn't true. He doesn't have to convince you that the facts in the story were wrong. He just says fake news, fake news, fake news. That's okay. It's just fake news, right? Then you have what they're doing with fact checking now. So now it's anybody that tries to fact check a person is just, they're making it up. You can't trust this person that's fact checking me because fake news. Fact checking, fake news. So now you don't believe the sources. Now you don't believe any evidence. And now what you're going to do is you're going to go out there and you're going to look at a woman, because there's been false allegations made before, and you're going to say, most likely, the source is fake news, and the facts are made up, and this woman is making false allegations. Because that's how cults work. Cults work in the way of saying, anything that you get from outside of here is wrong. It's fake. It ain't real. The only place that you can ever get the truth is from this one person. He's going to hold all the accountability and responsibility for the entire cult. Don't worry about it. It's all on him. But you just got to believe the shit he says and never believe the shit that other people say. Like, we can't live in a world like that. We can't, like, one of the reasons that I've continued to have conversations with people from the other side is because I want to be able to say to these people that they're wrong. I want to prove to these people they're wrong. And then, I'm going to tell them they're idiots at the end. Like I said, I sprinkle that shit on. But this idea that if you don't get information from this certain person, then it's not real, should completely contrast with any type of real world view that you have. It should conflict. It's fucking insane. It's crazy.
You have your public execution. Again, I've got to ask, what happened to you? Who did this to you? Were you turned down in college in such an embarrassing fashion that you decided to make your entire life about the subjugation and the oppression of women? What could possibly have happened to you? Or is this nothing more than a career move because you know that there are hundreds of thousands of angry men around this country who hate women so much that they would absolutely go along with your recommendation?
And that's what it is. There was all that red pill culture shit. He's hitting it right on the head. There is a huge community of men that do not want to take responsibility for why they are where they are. Instead, they want to make it a woman problem. It's their fault. It's not because they can't take accountability. There's a big problem with that right now.
Enough about Joel Webbin, but you need to unblock me, coward, so you can talk about this theology that you're promoting with me. Let's talk theologically about what you believe, because you're not standing on theological principles. You're standing on Christian nationalism. And this is why I'm very clear, and I'm very clear-eyed about something. MAGA and Christian nationalism represents the system of the Antichrist. I'm not saying that Donald Trump is the Antichrist. No, he's too much of a bumbling buffoon to be the Antichrist. But the MAGA misinformation machine that surrounds him, the desire of Christian...
Y'all are giving Donald Trump too much credit, and the Antichrist not enough. I'm with this dude. This dude hit it on the head. He said he's not the Antichrist. He's too much of a moron to be the Antichrist. That's what I'm saying too. I'm with that.
Christian nationalism and their goals and their agenda for this planet is absolutely antithetical to Christ. Look at how they treat immigrants.
There you go.
It's exactly opposite of what Christ and the Bible said do. Look at how they want to treat women. The exact opposite of what Christ said do. They are anti-Christ. They live and thrive off of lies.
Nice.
Everything that they regurgitate, everything that they retweet and recycle is a bed of lies. And if we allow them to get into power, they will cement into a structure, a Christian nationalist system that will give people like Joel Webbin the ability to execute women publicly.
Wow. Fuck. Jesus Christ. What a time to pause it. Yeah. When we talk about Project 2025, MAGA can claim that Donald Trump doesn't know anything about Project 2025 as much as they want. I'll allow that argument. Donald Trump doesn't know a lot about Project 2025. So, fine. Because it's not for Donald Trump. Project 2025, Schedule F, eliminating administrative positions, installing Trump cronies, all of that's for Donald Trump, and that's also a part of Agenda 47, which is Donald Trump's, what he's running on, right? So that's fine. But Project 2025 is for people like Joe Webbin here. These are the very people that do want a Handmaid's Tale society. People might think that's hyperbolic to say. People might go, oh, you're just like using these books of fiction. Fiction comes from the from the human imagination. A lot of the things that you see in sci-fi novels from the 60s, 70s, and 80s, you can draw direct lines to the things that we have nowadays. And that's because everything comes from the human imagination. So when we imagine things, it's not because they're super far-fetched. It's not because they're out of this world. It's because they're actually of this world. That's why you can imagine them. That's why so much of everything that we've done with sci-fi, with utopian or dystopian literature is possible. And this guy, I 100% believes that Handmaid's Tale is something that could happen and should happen. The main character, what's his name? General, whatever his name is, or whatever, fucking looks just like this guy. I mean, look at him. Look at the character who is the main character in Handmaid's Tale, and then take a look at all these guys. They want to be that guy. They want a submissive woman that lays on a bed, doesn't fight back, because most women would fight back against this guy trying to have sexual intercourse with them. Believe me, okay? Most women, they're not taking that, okay? This dude, no thank you, all right? And he wants to be able to know that he can do whatever he wants with whatever woman he wants because they can't say no. That's what this guy wants. Allegedly. Allegedly.
Publicly that he
Gilead, yeah.
that he thinks
is
is lying
Sergeant
about
Gilead
sexual
or
assault.
General, whatever the fuck his name is.
The absurdity.
I couldn't
of it
watch
all.
that show. I couldn't
so
watch
what
the
do we
whole
need to
thing 'cause
do?
it was
I
like,
need you to
all
share
that
this video with
rape was too
every
much for me.
single person who is voting for MAGA, and I want you to ask them if they support this. I want you to ask your neighbor. I want you to ask your family member. I want you to ask the men in your life. Do you support this? Because if they
No.
support the idea of
No.
public execution of women under any circumstances, right? Then that's a person that you don't need to have in your life, number one. Then number two, go to the next person. Go to the next person and ask them the same question. And you need to convince people, every person that you can over the next 19 days, of why we must absolutely stop this Christian nationalist movement that is MAGA, that is Donald Trump, that is J.D. Vance, and that is people like Joel Webbin, who wants to be big and bad enough and bold enough to execute women in the public square, but he's so afraid of me that he has me blocked on Twitter. Unblock me, you coward, and stand behind your false doctrine. Stand behind your Antichrist message. Stand behind this MAGA theology. And this is where I normally tell you folks to be sure to share, like, and subscribe to this channel, Really American, because this is the type of foolishness we're fighting against. And if we don't stop them now, it's going to be even harder to stop them over the next 4 years. But regardless, we're going to keep fighting.
Exactly. And I want you guys to know that what he just said is actually incredibly important. Because I've said this about America before, is America has lost the ability to lose and continue. Now it's when you lose, you quit, you cry. I mean, that's what we've been seeing from MAGA from the last 4 years. We, as a society, as a culture, we set precedent for a lot of the world. I mean, you guys see it. People come into our chat, talk about being from Australia, being from Germany, being from Canada, being from across the pond, that people are like, no, like, you know, we want you guys to not vote Trump into office because it has effects that ripple around the world. And that's a huge responsibility. To be accountable for, you know, the strong mental health of the globe is a huge responsibility. But it's not a responsibility that ends when you don't win. It's a responsibility that continues day by day, generation by generation, as long as we are the shining city on the hill, to use a conservative talking point. But we are the shining city on the, you know, like, people look to us. They want to know that there's stability in America, so that way they know that there's stability in the world. And you can't do that by, if the other side wins, having the attitude that the world is going to end. The world's not going to end if the other side wins. The world just gets tougher, and it becomes more important for you to use your voice. It just becomes more of a heavy burden to bear, but you have to bear it because the other option just isn't acceptable. You can't quit. You can't just say the world's going to be on fire now and everything sucks. No, you still have to fight. That's the way it is. And no matter what happens on November 5th, 2024, I'm going to continue to fight. So I want you guys to as well. It's very important. Amber had something to say there about the red pill. The thing about red pill culture is that they promise to help men get a relationship, and the advice they give is intentionally designed to ruin a relationship, make them sick, and keep the customer base. And that's something that, like, so when I first started doing all these shows and I got involved with Angela Knight, and she had me on some of these red pill shows to debate these people. I have, you know, a marriage of 20 plus years. I have a family. I have a house. I have everything that the red pill claims that they're going to give young men, right? And so I would go on those shows and I would talk about how, like, the red pill ideals, when you look at the basis of what they're talking about, like, be successful, you should exercise, you should, concentrate on yourself. Those are all great ideas. It's the people that are selling the ideas. The people that are selling the ideas are bad. And ever since I got on the shows, and shout out Angela Knight, I hope you're safe out there. I know that she was maybe possibly impacted by that hurricane, and I hope that she's doing good. But shout out. And one of the things I realized was in talking to those people, and then also in getting involved in left-wing politics, was that on the left there is a huge vacuum for young men being having idols or people to look up to. People like Barack Obama are really good. I'm not saying that they don't exist. I think that unfortunately, you just don't hear about it. And I think that that's one of the things that we do have to do. I think that on the left, we do have to provide a space for young men to become better educated about like who they are and what their role is and how they can feel purpose in life. I think that that's like one of the main problems with young people in general, but specifically with young men, is that they lack in purpose, and that's because of certain things that have happened throughout the evolution of society. Women have purpose because women have not had rights. Women have had to fight. Women have had passion and motivation and support. Like, over the last 20 years or more, people like myself, people like other men in the community that support women's rights, which is a fucking crazy thing to say. Of course you should support women's rights, but that have been there to support those women and to help, keep that motivation strong and to help keep that purpose strong. And as I've said before, it's like, when you're raising a child, the last thing you want to do is concentrate on one child and forget about the other. And in this area, I think that the red pill has risen up and taken advantage of a lot of young men out there to grift off of them, to use them, to keep themselves financially stable but off of these young men. And I think that the solution to that is not to hate, to disengage. I think it's actually to engage. And so for all young men out there, I also want you to know, like this gentleman that we just watched right now, that's who you want to be. You don't want to be Andrew Tate. You don't want to be that other pastor. You want to be this guy. And we have done a poor job. We need to do better about taking care of young men. That's the truth, because they are a big part of continuing to evolve as a society. You should never forget that there are people in our society that need our help, and we should never forget that the people helping them are also very important. So this guy right here, this is my dude. I like this dude. That's the first video I've ever watched from this guy, to be honest with you guys. I didn't play the video before. I'd never seen it before. I had no idea. I saw the title. I clicked it, as I often do. And it's Unhinged. It's Unhinged, and it's up to us to stand against it. We don't quit if we don't win, and we take care of the people that take care of us. That's what we got to do. All right, let's take a look at a couple other videos before I go. Oh, yeah, I wanted to watch this one because, like I said, I created a video, but right now it's currently in copyright dispute with Univision because Univision doesn't want me to use their clips. And that's fine. I mean, that's the game. It's a fair use project, so it should defeat the dispute. But if it doesn't, it might not come out. But I specifically did not include this interview, or I'm sorry, this question from this Latino fellow at the Univision town hall with Donald Trump, because everybody else had. And so I wanted to watch this one with you guys because it won't be included in my video, which includes 2 or 3 other questions that got asked that I thought were insane. The Univision town hall was insane. Donald Trump made the biggest mistake by going on that Univision town hall. And I know a lot of early voting has already happened, but good God, did he bomb. And I'm not just saying that because I'm not a Donald Trump supporter. I call it out when Donald Trump does things well because I think it's important for us to know what you're up against. But wow, that Univision town hall was a sight to behold. It was insanely bad. if you are Donald Trump, what happened at that town hall. And this is one of the questions that got asked.
We've got a major update here from a voter who Trump himself had a chance to persuade at a recent town hall. But first, to set the stage, here's what that interaction looked like between Trump and Ramiro Gonzalez.
I am a Republican, no longer registered though. I want to give you the opportunity to try to win back my vote. Okay. Your, I'd say, action and maybe.
You should take a look at how this man's posing this question. This is important to him. This isn't some fly-by-night shit. This is important to him.
Be inaction during your presidency and the last few years, sort of, was a little disturbing to me. What happened during January 6th, and the fact that.
And look at Trump's face. Look at that face. That face doesn't say understanding. That face doesn't say, this guy's about to ask me something. He's a supporter of mine. I should pay attention and I should care and potentially do something to win back this guy's vote. That face says, you're wrong, I'm right, and I don't care if you vote for me or not. That's that face.
You waited so long to take action while your supporters were attacking the Capitol. Coronavirus, I thought the public was misled during coronavirus, and that many more lives could have been saved if we would have been informed better. And also people in your administration who don't support you. I'm curious how people so close to you and your administration no longer want to support you, so why would I want to support you? If you would answer these questions for me, I would really appreciate it and give you the opportunity. There's, your own vice president doesn't want to support you now.
Thank you, Ramiro. So the people that don't support a very small portion. We have a tremendous, about 97% of the people in the administration support me. But because it's me, somebody doesn't support, they get a little publicity. The vice president, I disagree with him on what he did. I totally disagreed with him on what he did. Very importantly, you had hundreds of thousands of people come to Washington. They didn't come because of me. They came because of the election. They thought the election was a rigged election, and that's why they came. Some of those people went down to the Capitol. I said peacefully and patriotically, nothing done wrong at all, nothing done wrong. And action was taken, strong action. Ashley Babbitt was killed. Nobody was killed. There were no...
Did you see that lady's face? Oh, dude, did you see that lady's reaction? Let's play that one more time. Because I was just about to point out how, these people, this crowd, this entire town hall just, stares at Donald Trump. Just I wish American citizens, immigrant, because almost all these people are people that are either second or third generation or maybe even first generation as well, immigrants. I wish that we had more people that were as well spoken as the people that were at this town hall. This town hall, the questions that were asked were chef's kiss, amazing. So take a look at this lady's head. This lady on the far left in the stripes. Watch her as Donald Trump says this. It is absolutely amazing, the visceral reaction that she has to what he just said.
And action was taken, strong action. Ashley Babbitt was killed. Nobody was killed. There were no...
You ever been able to tell what a person is thinking just by the look on their face? That lady just went, what the fuck? There is no other way you interpret what she just said. Exactly, Randy. She just went, what the fuck? Oh, let's get that one more time. That was amazing. Holy shot. Oh my God. Wow.
And action was taken, strong action. Ashley Babbitt was killed. Nobody was killed. There were no guns down there. We didn't have guns. The others had guns, but we didn't have guns. And when I say we, these are people that walked down.
Nana?
This was a tiny percentage of the overall, which nobody sees and nobody shows. but that was a day of love from the standpoint of the millions. It's like,
dude, there once again, holy shit. I mean, how many times am I going to do this in this video? Watch this guy's face. Watch him when he says it was a day of love. He's like literally with his fucking mind trying to get Donald Trump to say the goddamn thing that will make him want to vote for him again. He's like fucking using psionic mind powers to try to make Donald Trump say just the right goddamn thing. This man is like, he's fucking putting all of his mental effort into this. Jesus Christ, look at this. Watch him.
He sees and nobody shows. But that was a day of love from the standpoint of the...
That is, once again, that is like clear what the fuck he is saying when he does that with his face. That's a come on, bro. Come on, bro. Holy shot. And the thing is Donald Trump sees it. He knows. He ain't that stupid. He knows what this guy feels. He don't care. He doesn't care about you.
Nobody shows. But that was a day of love from the standpoint of the millions. It's like hundreds of thousands. It could have been the largest group I've ever spoken before. They asked me to speak. I went and I spoke. And I used the term peacefully and patriotically. If you look at the Democrats, what they say, you look at Maxine Waters and you look at Hillary Clinton and you look at what they say, and they don't put that on. They only put Republicans on. But they couldn't get...
Just look at the crowd, man. It's like, it's sad. I can't believe I'm saying this right now, but
what they
like,
say,
this
and they don't
is
put
actually sad. Look at the people in the crowd. There's no one's like happy. Look at the dude with the back in the back, with his arms crossed. He looks upset. They all look upset. And here's the difference between this crowd and the normal crowd you see. So many of these undecided white voters like sit there and they've got these like smug looks. They're laughing at his insults. They don't take it seriously. I hate to say it, but that's the truth, is that like in America we have this entitlement problem from people that have been here, that have lived here for a long time, that have been able to take advantage of the American system for so long that they don't recognize that they have an entitlement problem. And when they go to these things claiming that they're undecided and Donald Trump says something, you know, an insult that people think is witty, they laugh, they clap, they think, oh, you know what, he won me over. These are serious fucking people right here. These are people that either they came here and worked their fucking ass off, or their parents came here and worked their fucking ass off, or their grandparents came here and worked their fucking ass off. And they take this shit seriously. They take this shit the way that the rest of the fucking country should take it seriously, because they're invested in America. And this is why immigrants are important. This is why people coming across the border and working in our country is a valuable resource, because Americans are entitled, because we've had it too good for too long. And we look at people like Donald Trump as entertainment. We go, oh man, but he shook it up. He made it fun. He made it fun, though. These people aren't interested in fun. These people are interested in getting shit done. That's why we need them.
That on. They only put Republicans on, but they couldn't get me because of the fact that I said everything's got to be peaceful and patriotic. And
Diane,
we'll see how it all works out. But I think that we're right now in another election. All I want is honest elections. I'm willing to take any chance. I want honest elections.
We now have an update from that very voter in the aftermath of the word salad that was Donald Trump's response.
¿Recibió la respuesta que estaba buscando?
No. Yo vi lo que pasó. Yo estaba mirando el televisor y he visto muchos news clips y ¿sabes? De lo que pasó ese día.
¿Usted llegó indeciso a esta actividad? ¿Tiene una decisión hecha para hoy?
Yo no voy a votar por él.
And look, it's not all that surprising. First of all, what does it say about Trump that when the candidate himself had the opportunity to persuade a single voter, he couldn't do it? I mean, talk about what should have been a guaranteed home run. When does the candidate really have the opportunity to go one-on-one with a single undecided voter? Not too often. And yet Trump had that opportunity here, but because he is so brain-addled and incapable of any semblance of a coherent thought, all Trump managed to do was guarantee that he wouldn't get this person's vote. If you're wondering why Donald Trump is constantly surrounded by friendly hosts who nudge him in the right direction, it's because he is not capable of comporting himself in any way that voters would like. His interaction with this voter right here is a testament to exactly that. And just a few notes on Donald Trump's answer. He says that he, quote, totally disagreed with Mike Pence on what he did. For posterity here, what he did on January 6th was
his job. And I want to say that because Diane, I don't want that ever to be lost in the sauce, is that, like, there are people in America that still stand for the right thing, that still work hard, and Diane Russell and the suffragettes over there, they do that. You know, like, it's people like you guys that give me hope, though, because there's so many people. I mean, this is my day off, man, and I'm gonna do 6-8 hours. You know, I'm gonna work on my day off. To make videos, to be on here, to talk, to try to get people to change their minds, to vote, you know, like, to do the right thing. And every day I work 8 hours at my job or 9 hours at my job, and then I come home and I work 3, 4, 5, 6 hours on streams. I work 12, 14 hours but a big part of that is because I come from nothing. Like, I come from nothing. Everything I have is because I've worked hard. So people like Spikin, Benny, Diane, Adam, everybody. There are still people that I believe would make that crowd proud. Like, but you know who doesn't make that crowd proud? Donald Trump. Because he's the very he is the very opposite of everything that we stand for. He's selfish. He's narcissistic. He's lazy. He takes advantage of people. He is un-American. And the real Americans are people like Diane Russell and the 21st century suffragettes. I hope I say that right. I'm from the trailer park.
Abide by the U.S. Constitution and not bend to Donald Trump's whims that he unilaterally anoint Trump the winner of an election that he lost. Let's play a game here. If Joe Biden tells Kamala Harris to anoint herself the winner of the next election when she's performing her otherwise ceremonial role during the congressional certification on January 6, 2025, will that be okay if we're adopting this new Trump standard? Unless Trump thinks that the answer to that question is yes, then he is exposing himself as the anti-democratic hack that he actually is. He also goes on to claim that hundreds of thousands of people came to Washington not because of him, but because of the election. Yeah, they came to Washington because you tweeted big protest in D.C. on January 6th. Be there, will be wild. So I get that Donald Trump loves to traffic in revisionist history, but you can't just unsay your words and untweet your tweets. In fact, it doesn't seem like this voter, Mr. Gonzalez, is the only person to be pushed away.
Some of those people went down to the Capitol. I said, peacefully and patriotically. Nothing done wrong at all. Nothing done wrong. And action was taken, strong action. Ashley Babbitt was killed. Nobody was killed.
He's going to point her out.
There were no guns.
Notice this woman's face when Trump says the words, Ashley Babbitt was killed, nobody was killed.
Good job, Brian.
Ashley Babbitt was killed, nobody was killed.
I mean, I'm sorry, but this guy is running for president of the United States, and yet he is physically incapable of putting together a coherent thought. Saying that someone was killed and then in the same breath saying that nobody was killed is not, in fact, a coherent thought. And voters are finally starting to recognize that, which may be why, by the way, Trump is now pulled out of a second debate with Kamala, out of a CNBC appearance, an interview with 60 Minutes, and just today, an NRA rally and an NBC interview. Why? Because Trump's handlers recognize what happens when voters hear from the guy himself. They do not like what he has to say, and he himself isn't capable of persuading anyone not already lost in the sauce.
Yeah, the fucking cult. If you ain't in the cult looks weird from the outside, man. I just want to point out something that my mods do, and for all those people out there, even if you're not mods, like you guys share these channels, share these videos. You're never going to hear me get upset. I'm not gonna ever get upset for you guys sharing. You know, I don't want you sharing some bullshit MAGA shit. That'll get you banned. My mods will take care of that. But for sure, if you have people that you like, that you think are pillars of the community, good people that doing the work, for sure, share it in the chat. Like, I'm not one of these streamers. Like, one of the things that I hope that I can be on here as a catalyst for these bigger streamers getting more and more, you know, viewers, more and more. Like, they're big streamers for a reason, you know, because BTC tells the goddamn truth. Cohen, is that how I say it, Spiking? Brian Taylor Cohen. Is it Cone? I don't know. Help me out. I need a phonetic spelling. But yeah, like, just like my mods, you guys can share these videos in the stream. You can share the people you like in the stream. You know, we got 21st Century in here, like, sharing their stuff. That's great. Adam Mockler, you know, whoever you want. Like, if you got a channel, especially small channels, please share small channels in my chat. You ain't gonna ever hear me get mad. Like,
obviously figured out that the best way to help their candidate is to hide him as much as possible. There's also one more point worth noting here, and that is that Kamala Harris herself had the opportunity to speak to this exact same voter at her own town hall.
Good job, Ozzy.
Here's where that
At least he had beer.
Do you hear that?
Oh, we gotta watch this one?
The pure panic of a cyber attack.
Premium on this.
The endless alerts of component failure and power loss.
If I start making enough money, I'll start paying for premium over here.
Neither can we.
Oh, no! Hold on. Bro. I'll be honest with you. I will play the Trump commercials because this is some straight up dumb shit right here. I know that, like, certain people think that this is like, you know, they're like, fuck that, like, don't play this. No, we need to show people how dumb the whole Trump world is. It's a goddamn Trump train set. Look, you can be like a train enthusiast. You can be an electric train enthusiast. It could be a hobby. That's acceptable. But if your ass goes out and buys a Trump train because you're a Trump follower, that is some of the dumbest shit I have ever seen in my life. No one owns an Obama train. Come on. A Trump train set. If I go in your house and you have a Trump train set and it is not specifically for the reason to take advantage of Trump supporters and make some money off of them 10 years from now when they're sad and they're crying because Trump's gone and they don't know what to do with their lives anymore, and you're going to eBay that shit? Like, that's okay. I hear that. I understand. That's financially, that's pretty intelligent, okay? But if you bought that shit because you're like, I love Trump so much, I got his shoes, I got his watches, I got his Bibles, I got his hats, I got his shirts, I got his sweatshirts, I got socks with his hair on it, and that's goddamn, you're right, I got a train, brother, all right? Because you wish you had a Trump train like I got a Trump train? Shit. No, nobody does. Nobody comes in your house and sees the goddamn Trump train up on the top shelf and is like, bro, that's sick. No, they're like, you're sick. Feel like you're mentally ill. Look at this shit. Look at it. Dude. What is wrong with these people? Every one of these people grew up during QVC and Finger Hut. That's what's wrong with these people.
Ramiro Gonzalez, our first question, he's in construction. He lives in Tampa. His home is there. Ramiro González está en la construcción. Él vive en Tampa y tiene una pregunta para la señora.
And he's got a question for Ms. Vice President.
Buenas noches, señora.
Good evening, Ms. Vice President.
Pasé toda la noche velando.
I spent the entire night.
Wait, are you saying I got no sound? Can everybody hear me? Can anybody hear me? Is it just Soul that can't hear me? Gotta make sure before we go back here. You can hear me? Soul? I think it's on you, dude. I think it's on you. You might have me muted, and that's understandable. Oh, my volume is low? Hold on. Sorry, it makes all kinds of noises when I do this. It looks like it says it's up. Oh no, I'll work on it after. We've made it this far. I can't mess with it now. If I start messing with stuff now, it's all over. Okay. Diane and Sol are just trolling me at this point. And that's acceptable. You guys should troll me. It's like
looking at news.
I deserve it.
Tracking the hurricane that was going through my family's house. 2 weeks ago, there was another hurricane that came through the same neighborhood.
Thank you, Benny.
They are saying, or rumors are, that your administration didn't do enough to respond to the last hurricane. What?
Oh, this is interesting. I didn't know that Kamala did a town hall on Univision. And this is the same guy. Oh, this is interesting. Have you guys seen all the crazy stuff about the dudes that were like going armed to these FEMA camps and like trying to like fucking take the products? Apparently, some dude went to a FEMA camp because he had read a bunch of shit online that they were refusing to deliver emergency supplies, and he showed up there with like 3 guns. And apparently, when he got there and realized that like no. They weren't just holding on to the stuff, that he started like volunteering, but his ass got arrested anyways.
What would you specifically do, or your administration do, to help us in the Tampa Bay area or the Central Florida area with this hurricane?
The administration didn't do enough in terms of relief for families affected by Helene. What would your administration do differently in the case of Milton?
Well, first of all, thank you for the question, and I hope your family is okay and your home is okay.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay. So there has been a lot of mis and disinformation about what we have been doing over the last 2 weeks and what we are going to do going forward. And I have to stress that this is not a time for people to play politics. You know, I started my career as a prosecutor. And when I worked doing that job of my goal of keeping people safe, I never asked a witness or a victim of crime, are you a Republican, are you a Democrat? The only question I ever asked is, are you okay? And sadly, we have seen over the last 2 weeks since Hurricane Helene, and now in the immediate aftermath of Milton, where people are playing political games, suggesting that resources and support is only going to certain people based on a political agenda. And this is just not accurate. I have been working over the course of the last couple of years, not even couple of years, my whole career, but couple of weeks, with people on the ground in Georgia, in North Carolina, in Florida, in the Southeast corridor. Republicans, Democrats, to work in getting relief that is about bringing FEMA resources on the ground, reminding people that they are entitled to relief. Don't listen to anyone who says that you're not entitled. Doing the work. I was just on a secure meeting today with the President, with the Secretary of Defense, with the Chairman of the Joint Chiefs, with the head of the Coast Guard, with the General representing NORTHCOM, talking about how the federal, state, and local governments are working together for the benefit of the people on the ground. Another piece of work that I've been doing, it's based on my years of being an attorney general in California, is telling those corporations and those companies that during crisis and emergencies jack up prices, and I've seen it happen before, that we're watching them, and at a moment of desperation for these individuals and families, whether it be to be able to get temporary shelter at a hotel, for gas prices, for even airline tickets, that we'll be watching if they're jacking up prices to make sure there'll be serious consequence. And that's the kind of work I will do going forward. I have spent my career, the vast majority of my career, concerning myself with the safety and well-being of people. And I promise you, and I pledge to you as president, I will continue to do that. You have a right to know that your government and its leaders are putting you first and not themselves.
Thank you, Madam President.
Thank you.
And you know, just for a second there, I was going to say, and it's, you know, when she speaks, it's so much different. You don't want to pause it. You want to listen. There's not these moments, these gotcha moments of like, you're like, Jesus Christ, if I would say somebody say something like that, right? Like when you watch her speak, you want to listen to it. And it's like I wanted to say something, and then I was, I was like, I want to listen though. And she did what I was gonna say, and that is when people ask, and this is something that we've complained about for years in politics, when people ask, "What are you doing?" Too often do we get answers that are very roundabout, and I think that's a 50-50 reasoning. First of all, is because people shut down when they hear statistics, and it's very complex to try to like explain those types of things to people. And the other side of it is that politicians want to use flowery language that makes things sound good. So what I was going to say is that the one thing that she's not doing here is saying to this man who probably wants to hear a number. He probably wants to hear, hey, I'm going to get $2,000. Hey, I'm going to get $5,000. Hey, you're going to get food and gas and housing resources made available to you through these programs. And I was going to say that's where she's doing a great job, but she needs to do better there. But she finished it with actually a very important thing. And she said to him, she said, we're not going to allow people to take advantage of you, to cause you to be overcharged for resources that could keep you safe and healthy and happy. And that is why I like Kamala Harris, is because she wrapped it together and she did something in a way that, like I said, it's very difficult to do. It's very difficult to just say to people, this is what you're going to get for what happened. Because you can't really tell people that. You can't say, you're going to get $700 or $2,000. You don't know. You don't know what they qualify for. You don't know what they're suffering through. You don't, and to make promises like that just is really, to be honest, just dishonest. And so it's very difficult to stand up there and answer things the way that Kamala Harris just did, and she was very successful at it. That was very good the way that she went about it, and I can really appreciate how she answered that question. That was really good. That was really good.
The notion that these two candidates are in any...
Have you guys heard... What up, Golf? What's happening, Golf? What's happening, R's wife? Have you guys seen recently there was a phone call, and I believe it's real. It's been shared by Kamala Harris's Twitter account, so I believe that they would verify that it was real. But it was on like a Fox News, or maybe it wasn't Fox News. It was actually just like a smaller show. And there was a caller that called in, and he said his father-in-law was out in the middle of, I think, North Carolina, and he had no running water, no groceries, very little food. His resources, no power. His resources were very limited. And that FEMA was offering him assistance, but he was refusing to take it because of the disinformation that's being spread about FEMA. And so he was, this guy could potentially die, an older guy, somebody's father-in-law. And the caller was very upset because he was saying, he's gone, how do I get my father-in-law to accept this aid from FEMA, because he believes all this disinformation and thinks that that they're actually going to do bad things to him. And the guy was like, I don't know if he did eventually really break down, but it sounded like he was about to break down. And when you put yourself in that person's shoes, being that all of us have probably at least one family member or an extended family member that has been, a victim of this disinformation, a victim of this cult mentality, you can really put yourself in the shoes of that man that, his wife's father. How powerless can you feel when your wife, who you obviously care about, you love, you trust, you want to feel good, to feel happy, to feel safe, and somewhere her father is a victim of this disinformation to the point that he may actually die from not accepting the resources that are available. And they were across the country from him. So he was asking the question. He's like, I can't just drop my entire life to go help my father-in-law. And you feel for that person. You feel empathy for that person. You think about it from their point of view and you go, holy shit, how crazy would it be to know that your significant other's parent, a person that they care for, regardless of their political beliefs, is somewhere potentially where they're going to die because of misinformation. And my God, my heart went out to that person, You know, like that, like my heart goes out to that person. Like, I know that his political beliefs aren't the same as mine. I think that his political beliefs are actually detrimental to the community. But to be honest with you, that poor woman, her father is somewhere and he needs help and he's refusing it because of people's political games. That's insane. You're just a pawn to Donald Trump, man. Like, that's insane. That's why I think that, like, what Kamala Harris said there was so impactful. That was really good.
Universe at the same level when you compare Trump's answer to Kamala's is a wholesale denial of reality. If you're wondering why Mr. Gonzalez isn't going to vote for Trump, all you have to do is listen to the answer that Kamala gave him. We do not have to settle for some ranting, raving lunatic who can't express a coherent thought when you've got someone in the race who is empathetic, competent, doesn't wallow in victimhood 24 hours a day, and understands the sentence construct of subject, verb, predicate. So look, at this point, let this undecided voter's firsthand experience inform your own. Show this to your friends or family who might be in the same boat as Ramiro Gonzalez. And in the same way that he came to his decision, they'll have everything they need to come to theirs.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, she is very articulate, Ross. Like, it's so crazy to me that people will say that she is not articulate, that people will say that she doesn't speak well. It's crazy that anybody would believe that, man. That's so crazy. Oh, man. Anyways, so there you go. That's Brian Tyler Cohen, his channel. And I know most of you guys are already on that channel, but don't forget to go like, subscribe, and keep that information rolling. We got to keep the good stuff going, man. You know, like the good information has to be more prevalent than the bad information. That's the only way we win this. The only way that we cure this ill that is overtaking our society is to put out so much good, clean, real information that it drowns out the noise of all the fake bullshit that people want to use to continue to control these aggressively gullible people. We got to do that. We got to drown out the noise, guys. Drown out the noise. So speaking of noise, I wanted to play a little bit of this. Maybe we won't play a lot of it because I want to show you guys that other video because it's from a small creator and it's much more important than laughing at Donald Trump. But this speech, and this is Donald Trump's video. This is not altered. This is not edited. This is the speech that Donald Trump gave at the Al Smith dinner. And if you don't know what that is, it is the final time that candidates are supposed to see each other before the election, right? Like, this is supposed to be the two candidates to get together, but because of the way our society has become so polarized, Kamala chose to instead continue to campaign, which was really important for her. Obviously, she's still very busy as a vice president, dealing with things like, you know, hurricane relief. So she's got a lot on her plate, and she chose not to do it. And Donald Trump is obviously the more appreciated candidate in the religious field, which is insane to me. I think it's absolutely crazy to say that Donald Trump in any way represents a value that's in any way like good for religion. I think that Kamala Harris actually shows her religious values in her actions and the things that she does and represents her religion better. But that's not the way it is in politics. Is all of these people like Donald Trump because he says that he'll do what they want them to do. And so this speech was insane. I watched a couple parts of this. I haven't watched the whole thing, but I watched a couple parts of it, and it was so low energy, so like weird. And the people are just laughing at the most inane, crazy comments that I just had to show you guys some of this. I had to show you some of this speech. It's insane.
Thank you, everybody.
And audio's kind of bad because this is not a great recording.
Well, thank you very much. It's an honor. And they told me under no circumstances are you allowed to use a teleprompter. And I got up here and I see this is beautiful teleprompter. So here I am. But it is... tremendous thing. It's a tremendous dinner. I've come here with my father, So it was 3 times, but it was also many times before that, a long time ago, and it's a very special dinner. And you've.
And I want you guys to notice something too. Notice the complete and utter lack of diversity. This is Donald Trump. This is who loves Donald Trump.
Done a fantastic job, Cardinal. Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
I didn't watch Jim Gaffigan, which is the only part I probably would want to watch.
So I'd like to thank Your Eminence very much, and members of the clergy, so many people I know. Speaker of the House Johnson, what a job you're doing. He's done a great job. Senator Schumer, good. Yeah, I supported him. I don't know. He used to say that's true, and now I'm not sure he would, but I gave him his first check from an office in Beach Haven, and I was very proud of it. I don't know about lately. No, I was. It was his first check. He was running, and I said, he's a good man. Senator.
Oh, how times have changed. I wonder what changed from when he was supporting Democrats, including Kamala Harris, by sending them money, to where he is today. What has changed? It's almost like there was this emptiness within the right wing that was so easily filled by a chameleon that was willing to just say whatever it took to get his foot in the door and win office. That's the very epitome of who Donald Trump is. Donald Trump doesn't have values. Donald Trump doesn't have morals. Donald Trump doesn't have a foundation that he bases his beliefs off of. He is just going to tell you whatever you want to hear as long as it gets him to where he wants to go, and he knows that the current place that he can go to get a vote so easy is the right wing. Just spread hate, spread fear.
Gillibrand, thank you very much. Thank you very much for working hard.
I think I killed my headset.
Governor.
Yeah, I killed my headset. Is it this one? Yeah, it's this one here. Ah, thanks for the $2, fan. Thanks for the $2, fan says, when Trump speaks, I can feel my brain melting. And that is exactly, fan, why we have stopped watching all of those videos and started instead watching other videos, because my brain can only take too much more. So much
wherever
more.
You may be up, this is a big day, right? Where is the governor?
Get more from your tax pro and spend less. Switch to a TurboTax expert and we'll beat the price you paid your tax.
This shit. This is just because I don't have premium on this account. I should start just using the other account. Al Wong, he's a small property owner, guys. He's a small property owner. Okay.
It's not an easy one, is it? But you're doing all right. We have to get a little money from the federal government.
So low energy.
It's about time. It's about time. Mayor Adams, good luck with everything. They went after you.
Now that.
They went after you, Mayor.
Actually, that was funny. You know why it's funny? Because Eric Adams is a garbage human being, just like Donald Trump. Donald Trump, good luck with that, buddy. Dude, if you guys haven't seen Josh Johnson's video on Eric Adams, watch that shit. It's hilarious. It's really funny.
Yeah, boy, I do that. 9.5 months ago, I said, he just said something about the administration. He's going to be indicted any moment. And guess what happened? But you're going to win.
Like, this isn't funny. Like, I mean, the first thing he said was funny. Where he drones on and, like, he starts getting into his own victimhood and stuff. It's not funny. It's not jokes. It's just complaining. It's so strange. Like, it's almost like awkward laughter.
Win. I think you're going to win. I know you're going to win. So good luck. Good luck. I don't.
Wait, how do you know he's going to win? Like, this is a guy that Donald Trump, if Eric Adams was not currently in the same situation as Donald Trump, he would be shitting all over Eric Adams. But because Donald Trump's own victimhood extends to others, so that way he can claim that he's being mistreated, is like, I hope you win. I know you're going to win.
I don't like what they do. I don't like what they do. And also distinguished guests. So many friends up here. It's great. A lot of great friends.
Yeah, we won't watch too much.
Some of my best friends. And you are right. They are distinguished and they are wealthy for the most part. A couple are having a hard time, but they're going to get over it.
Like, what does that mean? Look at the people. Look at this guy. Like, what does that even mean?
I also want to thank my very beautiful wife, and thank you for mentioning, but can you believe this? She did a book, and it's a really good book, and she worked.
Dude, any reason to grift. He's like, it's my perfect chance to sell a book. Dude, and the audio is such garbage. You would think that they'd have more.
Hard on it, and it just became #1 on the New York Times list, so I think that's okay. That's not an easy thing.
The people in the back are looking at each other like, is that true? Is that true? I'm not sure it's true. Is that true?
To do, especially when your name is Trump and you're on the New York Times list. I think that must be selling like hotcakes.
Oh, you're right. He's in a black tie at a white tie event. That's hilarious, Catherine. Yeah, he's got huge static on his mic. Like, it's so we're in 2024. You're at an event with the wealthiest people in the world. Well, maybe just in America. Not the wealthiest people in the world. The wealthiest people in America. And you got a shit mic, bad video. This just goes to show you these people are wealthy because they're a bunch of stingy bitches.
But thank you for mentioning. I appreciate it. Good job you did. It's a true pleasure to be with you this evening. Amazing pleasure. And these days, it's
he said that doesn't
really
give
pleasure
a fuck
anywhere in
stage
New
of
York
life.
without
He
a
seems like it.
subpoena for my appearance. Anytime I don't get a subpoena, I'm very happy.
Bro, that's only funny because you keep getting subpoenaed because you keep doing bad shit. Oh my God.
They've gone after me, Mr. Mayor.
Ross, I actually agree with you. Ross says he's thinking, who cares? I'm going to die soon anyways. You know, when my grandfather passed away, my grandmother had passed away about 6 months before my grandfather had. And my grandfather was always really a political person, and I wasn't. He was in the military for over 30 years. He always had like great things to say, very intelligent guy, very, very solid person. And I asked him, I said, you know, like, what do you think about Obama? Because Obama was coming into office. You know, is all this like craziness about like Obama not being a good person? Also, you think this is real? And he looked at me. I remember he was sitting in his chair and he looked at me and he went, I don't know. I don't care. And I remember for the first time looking at my grandpa, a person who was a huge influence in my life. I didn't have a lot of positive role models, and my grandfather was a very positive role model. I remember looking at him and being like, wow, he's done. He's done. Like, it's over. Like, he doesn't want to do this anymore. He lost his my grandmother. They were together for over 50 years. So he was done. But I can tell you, you can hear it in Donald Trump's voice. I think that Ross is right. I think what he's saying is that it's like he's tired. He's done. He's just at that point where I think he's like, I think he needs to do this because of his narcissism, because of his ego. But it sounds so defeated.
You're peanuts compared to what they've done to me. And you're going to be okay. But I have to be careful, however, to understand that this will be the first time in the history of this event where jokes will be fact-checked, and they will be. And they will be. It's been a long tradition for both Democrats.
God, he's just like, look at this lady's face. He's just low energy. It's very low energy.
And Republican candidates for president of the United States to attend this dinner. It's a rule. You got to go to the dinner. You got to do it. Otherwise, bad things are going to happen to you from up there.
Wow. Wow.
You can't do what I just saw on that screen. But my opponent feels like she does not have to be here, which is deeply disrespectful to the event and in particular to our great Catholic community.
Oh, I'm sorry. just breaking, hundreds of years of pandering to people because they're a certain like wealthy group. That sits well with me, to be fucking honest with you. I mean, I'm actually applauding that shit. You know who you should be having fucking dinners with every single year when it's time for politicians? You should be sitting down. People shouldn't pay to go to your rallies. You should be paying people. You should be putting fucking food on the table for people. Like, I know. I understand campaign laws. I understand. But there should be something. Like, why is it that these rich-ass people can all pander to these politicians? Meanwhile, this is what the important event is. This is what's important. Not people, not voters, not showing support to the regular, everyday, middle-class people that get shit done. No, you know what's disrespectful? Not showing up to a dinner with a bunch of rich white people. That's what's disrespectful. I actually look at it the opposite. I applaud Kamala Harris for not showing up to this bullshit. Good job. It's time to stop fucking pandering. It's time to stop fucking giving these people the pulpit. It's time to start giving middle-class people the respect and the voice that they deserve. And I swear to God that if Kamala doesn't follow through with that I will hold her accountable for that. But at least she's talking about it.
Disrespectful. The last Democrat not to attend this important event was Walter Mondale, and it did not go very well for him. He lost 49 states and he won one, Minnesota. So I said, there's no way I'm missing it. Actually, it was not easy for me to get here tonight. Because I wasn't going to miss this thing, no matter, I didn't care. I wasn't going to miss it. But that's true, Walter Mondale, 49-1. He was expected to do well.
At this point, I don't mind actually playing the commercial. I need like 5 seconds. Yeah, don't pay attention to polls. Polls have some impact, but not very little. Like, I mean, we know that from 2016. We know that from 2020. Oh, Ryan Reynolds, get off my TV. Stop trying to get my wife, Ryan Reynolds. Stop trying to steal my wife. My wife.
It shows you there is a God. I mean, for those people that are questioning it.
Yeah, it's the electoral vote.
I understand
That's
the real
what matters,
reason that
fan.
she's not here is she's hunting with her running mate, spending a lot of time hunting. In any event, it's a...
Wait, am I missing the punchline there? Why is that funny? Like, I feel like this dude. I'm like, I don't know. Look at Chuck Schumer's face right now. Like, he's like, what the fuck does that mean? What is
weird,
going on?
Weird. You know the word weird. They call me weird. They call JD weird. We're very solid people. This guy is calling us weird, but this was weird that the Democrats...
What? Ichabod, you're the one talking about polls. First of all, the biggest mistake that people make is in looking at individual polls. Individual polls should never be seen as being standalone. It should always be aggregate. You should always be looking at, there's multiple things that you should look at. And one of them is how certain states have voted based off of like where the economy is, based off of where immigration is. And then you want to use, like, the problem with polls is that people look at polls and they're like, oh, this says this thing. But you need to add all that information together. You need to know like how the state historically votes. You need to know like what the conditions that are created that cause them to vote that way are, and whether or not they currently or formerly existed. And then you also need to look at individual states. So like you could poll all day long in California that it's going to be won by the Democrats, and you'd be right 100% of the time, right? Except for like 30 years ago. But if you were to poll in like Georgia and it said Donald Trump was going to win. But what one poll is going to say 51%. It's going to be within the error margin, which is probably like 4%. So that really means that Kamala Harris could get 53%. Donald Trump could get 55%. Like, you really, like, polls are good for politicians. Polls are not good for voters. Polls are good for politicians to make decisions based off of like what they're seeing as to whether or not they want to invest the majority of their war chest in those states. That's why in 2016, what Donald Trump did, which was actually like a really smart thing to do, was he avoided going to certain states, and he heavily campaigned in swing states like Georgia. And that's how he ended up winning, was because people tend to see like a poll that says 51-49 for Trump, and they think, oh, that means Trump's going to win. Well, that doesn't specifically break it down into like the different states' electoral votes. And currently, where that rests is within the error margin in every single swing state. There's not a single swing state that I can think of right now that doesn't rest within the margin of error. So it could go to either one. Biden and Clinton were both doing better in the polls than Harris. That, like, none of that means anything, though. Like, that's what I'm saying is very, very little does that mean. Like, you saying doing phone banks, now to me, that's really important. Like, I don't think that people should ever look at anything as being a 100% win. That's why I vote in California, right? Like, I'm not going to not vote because I'm like, oh, it doesn't matter. Dems are going to win anyways. No, I'm going to vote because you should always do the work. Like, that's why I do the show, right? Like, I'm never going to sit here and just be like, oh, Kamala Harris is going to win, so I can just stop doing streams. Like, I am burnt the fuck out right now. I am so tired from working 12 and 14 hours a day and, like, being on here all the time and editing videos. And I've thought a couple times about being like, maybe I won't stream today. But, like, I'm like, no. Like, we're in the home stretch. We have to finish out. These are the championship rounds. So, like, when you talk about that you phone banged for that long, that actually makes a good point. That regardless of polls, like, people should be phone banking, people should be canvassing, people should be getting on YouTube and telling people the truth about what actually is going on. Those are all really important. And I actually, Ichabod, just saw David Pakman make a video where he lost a bunch of subscribers because he came out and told people that Donald Trump was ahead in the polling 51-49. And a lot of people got mad at him and actually unsubscribed and unmembershiped from him because they're like really pissed off at him that he would say something like Donald Trump could potentially win. But here it is. If you don't like that, you should also unsubscribe from me. You should also, if you're a member, you don't want to give me your $3 a month because I'm going to stand up here and tell you the goddamn truth. I'm not going to stand up here and bullshit you and make you feel fuzzy and happy inside. I'm going to tell you that Donald Trump has a chance to win this presidency, and at this point, it is too fucking close to call, and it shouldn't be. And the only people that change that is you. Not complaining, not whining, not crying, not, oh, like, I don't like hearing somebody say negative things about this. No. You need to know that this race is too goddamn close. If you live in Michigan, you should be telling everybody you fucking know that thinks they're undecided that they need to be voting for fucking Kamala Harris if that's what you believe. Telling yourself, like, oh, everything's bad or everything's good, that's just not the way to do it. It's approaching it through critical thinking and logic, and part of that is accepting what David Pakman said. And that is, there is a chance that Donald Trump can win this presidency. So you better get to fucking work. We always fight the fight. All right, we don't want to launch it. Like, this is like, I mean, look at Chuck Schumer's face. This is, like, this was the whole thing. We could sit here and watch this whole thing, and it is. It's like, every once in a while, Trump makes, like, a mildly funny joke, but for the most part, it's him just victimhood, low energy victimhood, which is a weird thing to say. Low energy victimhood. If you're in low energy victimhood, that means you're not a victim. Believe me. Most victims, pretty high energy about their victimhood. This is fucked up. I don't like this. Donald Trump, very low energy. So I wanted to show you this. Oh, he doesn't. Well, that's Ross. That's not like, I'm not going to get into the David Pakman, Gaza, Israel conversation. Y'all want to fight about that? Y'all can fight about that all you want. I'm going to stay out of that fight. That is not. If Kamala Harris wins the election, I will tell you guys this. I'll make you guys this promise, because my energy that I have to be able to put towards anything outside of my career and my family is very small. And I sacrifice my off times, my fun time, to be here and do these things. But I will promise you this. Well, even if Kamala Harris doesn't, after the election, I promise you this. I promise that I will become better educated politically on a wide variety of subjects that I currently am not. And I will be the first person to admit that when it comes to the Israel-Hamas conflict in Israel and Palestine right now, like, I am not even close to educated enough to share information on that subject without feeling like I'm not a good I'm not doing a good job. So I promise you guys that after this election, I want to take a little bit of a break, a little bit of vacation, maybe go down to like 1 day streaming for like 5 minutes, and then I promise that I will get to a point where I start getting more involved with things outside of just people being elected. Okay, I promise. Okay, but give me 5 minutes. Dude, that conflict is so goddamn complicated and exhausting. Like, I'm like, holy shit, I can't do both these things at one time. So just, even if Pac-Man's talking about it all props to anybody capable of talking about the election and the conflict in Israel. all props. So I wanted to watch this, guys, with you, because I think a big part of my channel, and I want this to always exist in this channel, is showing people that I think are cool people that don't have as many subs as I think they should have. And this is Pardon Me with P, and it's 1K subscribers for this person. I don't know if it's this person and their partner, or if it's just them, or what's going on, but I'm gonna put there. If you guys like this video, for sure, go check them out. Hit the like, hit the subscribe button, drop a comment, help this video get good, because this is actually a pretty interesting video. Now, overall, this video it's a little disjointed, but this person is entertaining. I don't know if this is P or if it's somebody else, but this person is so goddamn entertaining just by themselves. Like, just the fact that they're also trying to troll Trump supporters at the same time, that's like a side quest. This person by themselves is incredibly entertaining. So I want you guys to watch a little bit of this video. I want you guys, if you like it, to go like and subscribe and support good people.
They done gave us a fake address. Yeah. These motherfuckers. My girl said, why y'all going for Trump? I said, bitch, we do it.
Oh, I should give you guys a little bit of a background, possibly by mentioning the title of the video. And the title of the video is 2 Liberals Crash Trump Rally as Trump Supporters and Spread Misinformation. I didn't see the spreading of misinformation, but as far as I can tell, they're literally just listening to Trump supporters say crazy shit and laughing at them.
Over opposite this motherfucker. Okay. Espionage, okay? Okay, where in the world is Carmen Sandiego?
I just love dude's attitude. His personality kills me,
bitch, Judy B. Jones. Bitch, okay? What the fuck? Okay, the Clark brothers, call us everyone's, bitch. The Bernstein Bears, we're on the way, bitch. We're doing Paw Patrol, ho. Let's go.
I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I live in a predominantly white, elderly culture, and there's a lot of good people that live up here, guys. There are a lot of good people, but I miss culture, man. I miss it. I grew up with so much goddamn culture, just hearing this guy, the way he talks, it makes me feel so goddamn good. Okay? It does.
The fuck? We is in this motherfucker. Where is 7134? Where's you niggas at?
I stepped up in the club. They like, hey, there he go.
I sent you guys the BTC. Gotcha. You guys thought you were going to... You guys thought you were going to this guy's channel. I baited you. I baited you. Cinch it a BTC. All right. I hope that's the right one this time.
Y'all would never believe it, but great turn of events. We are heading to a Trump rally. We about to go do some little covert ops, see what the fuck they got going on over there. So, see y'all in a minute. All right, y'all. We just got a call from Shani, and she said there ain't nobody at the rally. Trump ain't got no supporters. Especially not on no 7 Mile. Like, what is you doing? But we about to go ride past.
Thanks, Lil
we about to
Wing.
go see if, maybe they showed up late. Like maybe they was getting there, like, gun assignments.
Well, thanks
Who knows?
for
Like, maybe,
complimenting
they was practicing the script to, like, to cuss the niggas out. Who knows? So, maybe they might be there right now. So, we're gonna go see what the fuck is going on. That bitch right there. It's a campaign office.
Oh, not you popping the UE for the Trump campaign?
Trump rally, bitch.
Oh damn.
Yeah, scoot up, bitch.
Okay, but yeah, scoot the fuck up, bitch.
Up so I can see who in
Look
here.
at this shit.
We did made it to the Trump rally. It's a car that didn't pull.
I probably should have said this is not safe for work. All right. Strong language used throughout the video. Actually, they calmed down a little bit here in a minute, but ups.
Ain't nobody at. We about to go do some little covert. Ain't nobody at the rally. Trump ain't got no supporters. Especially not on no 7 Mile. Like, what is you doing? But we about to go ride past. We about to go see if, maybe they
So is this Detroit? I think they're in Detroit, right? 7 Mile?
showed up late. Like, maybe they was getting there, like, gun assignments. Who knows?
Still
Like, maybe,
BTC
they was
link?
practicing.
What the hell? Guys, like, dude, you guys see me. I'm clicking on the damn... Okay, what are we at? We're at like 1:26. All right. I swear to God, I'm in the... Right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, here we go. We're going to try one more time. Okay. I think that's their channel this time. Okay, here we go. You guys tell me. Yeah, 7 Mile is in Detroit? Yeah, okay. Right? Was it 8 Mile? 8 Mile was the Eminem video, right? Okay, we'll fast forward a little bit here. But this video is, it's a certain form of humor that not everybody, but I'm into this shit.
She better
hilarious.
be Crystal Robertson.
Hey, oh God.
Oh God, it is.
Slowing down. Where you headed though? You trying to find out where it's at? If another motherfucker walk in that door, we got another one.
I believe they're outside of the campaign right now.
Wow.
Oh, they going in there.
They are going in there. She got her mask on too.
Crazy. They don't even wear masks.
That's crazy. And coffee. She prepared for a long day.
They about to get their assignments.
Why is it niggas in there? Yeah, they parking over here. They parking over here. Like to run up on one of these niggas like, do you have a minute to talk about your Lord and Savior Jesus Christ?
Okay, that's what we need to ask them. They got to be paying these people no shade, cause
the people that's walking in, it don't look. It's not giving it. I don't know.
I ain't saying it,
it's amazing.
But
it's giving weekend money.
Okay, yeah, like I ain't saying it, but I ain't dumb either, You know.
She just got her assignment.
Oh, come on. Wait. She in her car now.
Oh, they're waiting for
somebody.
somebody.
Need the weekend money.
I'm telling you.
It's up.
Ain't no way.
I wonder how much they paying. I'm not y'all too.
Not you too, man.
He said how much are they paying? Oh. He's considering it.
They probably looking
Look, that's Hakeem.
Who? Hakeem Abdul-Jabbar.
That was Hakeem.
Why did that black lady spot it? She spotted!
Bitch. That's crazy, bro.
Okay, we gotta go.
They cracked me up.
Yeah, it's time to strap them on. Cause that's crazy.
My bitch called her Uber out here. She was already mad.
Yeah, she pissed.
Good thing I waved at her when she came in, so you know she could be a little, you know, like she gonna be like, oh, he not me. Oh, he here to do something. What he doing? I'm trying to see is this the Trump rally, bitch? Fuck is you talking about? I'm trying to see what the fuck y'all got going on. Okay. Okay, hold on. I should probably park over there.
What is this rally?
Is that her who got her assignment? I don't know. Should I ask her? Hell yeah. Hi.
Hell yeah.
Is this the office where they're doing the Trump canvassing?
Trump?
Yeah.
Trump?
Yeah.
Say something about Trump canvassing.
I'm trying to see like if this the place where we come to sign up.
It's not for Trump. This is a Democrat. Well, it's field works. So is that what you're looking for?
Well, hold on. It says, I am looking for the Michigan Republican Party, Trump Force 47. Oh, this is not that. Okay.
We're not saying it's you know, I'm trying to fill out my form.
Oh, I'm sorry.
We're not saying that it's that, but yeah, we are doing for Democrat, but this is not a Trump office.
Okay. This is only for Democrats.
We're not saying it's
party affiliated, but you okay, I get it.
No, but yeah, talk to him.
Okay, yeah, I'm about to go ask him if this is where I come.
This lady's had enough of his
She said thank you. Thank you so much.
She said say thank you.
This is where I come for this event. I'm trying to find
no, this is a different office. I mean, you're like the third person to come by over here. That's up the street.
Okay.
Yeah, this is 4104. I
Okay.
think that's 40.
This is like 34.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's west.
We was at the wrong place.
34.
Okay.
That's so amazing that they went to a Democrats field office.
Totally different operation.
Okay.
Yeah, we're nonpartisan.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's what we're doing. We're just promoting the vote.
Okay. Cool.
All right. Thank you.
This is not my party of choice, by the way. Thank you so much.
How would you like to be trying to go to a Trump rally to troll Trump supporters, and you end up accidentally going to a Democrat office, and then you have to explain to them, you're like, no, I'm trolling the Trump supporters. I'm not actually a Trump supporter. Please don't think I'm a Trump supporter. Oh, it's amazing.
No, wrong deal.
Oh, dude.
So I am a Democrat, but I'm going over there to try to see like why would black folks be supporting Trump. So I'm trying to go get some inside information. He said it's right down the street. So I'm about to see what's going on.
Dude, her face. Oh, that was amazing. This is why I love this shit, man. I love expression. I love people that aren't reserved. I love people that have personality. Like our culture, American culture, is so scared sometimes to to be like, you know, like really like, I don't know. I wouldn't say people aren't like. They're afraid to be themselves unless you're in a cult, and then you just be your cult leader. But these people, I love them because they have so much personality.
I'm trying to go get some inside information.
So where are you guys going?
He said
this
he said it's right down the street. So I'm about to see what's going on. Yes.
Oh, dude.
Wow, that's good. So you made. That's cool.
Yeah, thank you. Okay. Have a good day. Bye-bye. Thank you.
She's so much happier.
Damn, this 7-3. Where the fuck is this 7-1? They done gave us a fake address. Yeah. These motherfuckers. My girl said, why y'all going for Trump? I said, bitch, we do a covert ops in this motherfucker. Espionage, okay? Okay, where in the world is Carmen Sandiego? Bitch. Amelia Bedelia. Okay. Bitch, Judy B. Jones. Bitch, okay. What the fuck? Okay, the Clark brothers. Call us everyone's, bitch. The Bernstein Bears. We're on the way, bitch. We're doing Paw Patrol, ho. Let's go. What the fuck? We is in this motherfucker.
Okay.
Where's 713?
All right. Like I said, the video itself is mildly disjointed, but like, even though they're not actually trolling the Trump supporters and we're 10 minutes in, I still love this video so much because of who these people are. Here you go. It's right here, dude, man. It's Politics with P, and that's his channel right there. You can click that link, dude, man. Oh man.
Report. Where's you niggas at?
Is it on the right side?
My
I know
God.
it's the left side.
7134 West 7 Mile Road.
Yeah, that's what we're here for, dude. That's what we're here for.
These
Yeah.
crazy motherfuckers.
We want to help everybody, right?
Okay, 7-1.
They go like and subscribe.
Wow,
They're
that bitch was
hilarious.
right there. There still ain't nobody there.
Is that the fucking event? Why would they put it at the fucking salon, Mo? They sick as fuck. Let's ask these people. Hi. Is this the location for the Trump event?
I thought it was, but they canceled it.
They canceled it?
They didn't get the building. Well, he knows more than I do.
Yeah.
What happened?
Yeah, they didn't get the building. They thought they were going to get this building, but they couldn't get water
Hold
for
on.
this building.
Oh.
They're changing the location.
What the hell? What is this building that they tried to get? Bruh. They tried to rent like a broken down office building with bars on the window. How broke is the Trump campaign right now? Oh man.
They changed the location and didn't let everybody know.
So
what's the new location?
Yeah, like, are they gonna tell us the new location?
Right, it's supposed to be downtown Detroit. They don't have it yet, so
okay.
We're going out. I'm going out to Livonia and
They have an
grab some
office
stuff
in
out there.
Livonia.
Okay.
If you need to get some stuff, I'm going to do door knocking in Livonia myself because my precinct is technically there, but I'm in Detroit. But I have some pamphlets. I was asking him if he wanted to get out, but this neighborhood is very liberal. That's the only thing. I was telling him the businesses are okay, but the people, you know, Jocelyn Benson lives right in the
Yeah, I know, crazy.
Yeah. So I said it's best to do the more less income people, for those people.
I just love the way he talks. This is how you talk to customers when customers are going off in the store and they're like, and I can tell you this right now, I don't like that this thing, and you're like, yeah, crazy. Yeah, crazy. Like that trying to build trust. That is 100%. You are like, I hear you. Holy shit. That is so crazy. Wow. It is amazing.
Are so much easier.
Yeah, for sure.
Because they are struggling. Like, I was thinking they should open it in Brightmoor.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so
politics
really
with
good. You know what I mean? Because those people are struggling, and people will listen. They're so much when they're going through it. A lot of people that aren't going through it, they are so delusional. I talked to a guy yesterday. He was
Shut up, Bob.
He was like, you know, I'm not a Trump person. I said, well, you like the economy? And he said, I don't care. I'm doing good.
Yeah.
So that's how they feel. They don't care because they're not
That's the funniest thing. A dude driving a Bentley, and they're like, "You like this economy?" He's like, "I am driving a Bentley." What do you think? Holy shit. That's why Trump supporters are so funny. How many times have we had Trump supporters that comment in the chat and they're like, this economy is terrible. It's so bad. Joe Biden and his Bidenomics are just terrible. And I'm like, well, look, man, like, if you ain't doing well, you ain't doing well. How are you going to blame that on Joe Biden? Like, why don't you look at, like, what you do? And if you got a bad job, why don't you try and get a better job? And they're like, what? Me? No. I make $250,000 a year. I own 4 properties and 2 boats. And I'm like, sounds like the economy's doing pretty good, brother. Oh, dude, this is fucking amazing.
So I don't really want to deal with people out here personally.
Okay.
But I dealt with it a couple years ago. I'm like, these people are nasty.
Yeah. I'm trying to, like, get the word out for, like, people to vote. So I wanted to come and, like, see, you know, like, who was all here so that, like, we could, you know, like, talk about it or whatever,
Well,
but nobody's
maybe we
here.
should exchange contacts because I've been doing a lot.
Okay, hold on. I'm about to pull over.
Yeah. I was trying to build up a contact.
Bitch. Get ready, bitch. We're on your asshole.
She's fucking nuts.
We're crazy too. Let's get it.
Yeah, we got it.
I was wanted to make a video to like tell people why they like needed to come out and vote, but nobody's here to speak to.
Oh yeah, that's a really good idea. We were talking about that because I'm trying to get funding for video trucks.
Okay.
And that would be really we could put it on there because we really need to have videos, trucks driving up, you know, main road.
Would you be willing to do an interview?
I am not. He's better at interviews than I am. I am horrible. She should do it.
I lost 2 jobs.
Well, okay. Wow.
Right? So man, at this point, I'm like, everybody can get the information. I don't do it. Targeted.
Oh, true. Well, like
this man said, I have lost 2 jobs. Guys, the way that you lose jobs isn't by saying sane things on cameras. There's plenty of people out there that have given plenty of interviews that still have all their jobs. If you have lost 2 jobs because of the shit you said in interviews, you might want to think about what you believe. If you have lost multiple jobs because of your political opinions, you might want to start thinking about how extreme your political opinions are. Dude.
Oh, like, what is like one reason folks need to vote?
Yeah, they're Trump supporters.
Well, the economy is a big thing, and then the trafficking is horrible.
Trafficking.
I mean, for one, we don't know how many. Where are the Michigan foster kids? What happened? Remember when Joe Biden started his term?
Yeah.
They were offering more money for foster agencies to house illegal immigrants than over Michigan. So they were competing. So a lot of the agencies in Michigan went and focused on getting the funding for the federal government.
Yeah.
I want to know where those Michigan children are. You don't hear about them, right? Where the milk list, right? The milk, you know, I think the trafficking is so big.
She said, where the milk list? She's talking about the missing children on milk cartons. Oh my God. Oh. The best thing is like, look, usually with Trump supporters, like a lot of the like Trump supporters that you get, they're not real, like they talk a lot, but they're not as good as this lady. This lady, like, and I don't mean good in like that she has facts or anything, just that she can keep saying words. The type of entertainment you get from a person that is as misinformed as this person is, but has all the words to use, is just like astronomical. Like, you cannot put a price on the type of entertainment of somebody that is this uneducated, but this good at talking. I'm telling you. She can say words. Exactly, Steven. She can say them words, and she says them very well. This woman, let's be honest, guys. This girl is missing her calling. Like, if Donald Trump can get up there and convince people with his, like, really shitty ability with words, this woman could run the cult. Somebody needs to get in contact. Not me, because I don't want this shit to be, I don't want it to get any worse than it already is, right? But I'm just saying, somebody should get a hold of this lady that's interested in this being a thing and let her know, because she could take MAGA places, okay? Also, once again, I want to point out, this is the building. This is the building that the Trump rally was supposed to be at. The Trump campaign event was supposed to be at. And it's got a big-ass giant lock on it, bars on the doors and windows, and it looks like it's painted a color of green that no one should ever, 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 ever paint a building that they want anybody to ever show up to. Like, this man had a hard time finding this building. All they had to do was put in the flyer, find the ugly-ass green building in the ghetto with the bars on the windows, the gigantic fucking lock on the door. That's like the most descriptive way you could have said it. All right. Deep breath. Woo. Deep breath. Here we go.
I heard Michigan is like the third worst city, third worst state in the whole country. Okay. But Michigan, the whole country is
50 U.S. states ranked by number of human trafficking victims per 100,000 people. Nevada, that fucking makes sense. I mean, come on, it's Las Vegas. You know people are getting roofied all the time and getting kidnapped in Vegas, allegedly. I don't know that that's true. I'm going to be honest. Georgia. God damn, Georgia. What is going on in Georgia? 5,000 people? It's probably Marjorie Taylor Greene. How did Marjorie Taylor Greene get elected? Allegedly by kidnapping motherfuckers. Mississippi, once again, makes sense. Missouri. Dude, how do these people get this shit wrong? They are wrong so often. It's like the most impressive shit. Also, at the same time, you would think that Detroit would be a lot higher up there. I can understand how she made that.
It's like we're smuggling kids. This is the biggest human trafficking ring right now, undergone by the Harris-Biden administration. That is huge.
Yeah. You just made that up.
We really got to think about that. That is where I think that's what gets some people's sympathy.
Yeah.
And also the economy. We have people are literally losing their jobs for migrants. I know people who they're going backwards when they background check. Much further than they used to go, right? Because there was programs where if you were found in this and that, you would hire these people. Those programs.
Oh, I've said it before. One of the greatest things that could happen to our culture is if we could create an AI that fact-checked people, like, as they talked. Like, it would be fucking amazing that as people say, like, the wrong things, like, a fucking siren goes off and, like, real information, like, actual verifiable facts are, like, displayed on their forehead. Maybe even not a siren. You know what would be even better is if it was a silent prompt. Like, you didn't know that the person looking at you could read your forehead and see that the shit you were saying was, in fact, actually not a fact. But they're doing a good job here. They're doing a good job. Oh, God. This is so amazing. Oh, dude. Here we go. We're going to watch a little bit more. I don't want to watch the whole video.
Migrants, right? So I think what's happening is these corporations are being incentivized by the Biden-Harris administration to do this.
Oh,
and you're going to find a lot more people losing their jobs. It's becoming very rampant.
Okay.
And people can't find anything. And so it's not hitting everybody yet, but it's going to really hit. Everyone should be affected.
I think this woman is setting herself up for when she gets fired. Okay, Miss Cleo. This is my type of humor. Oh, God. I think she's setting herself up when she gets fired, like that other dude who said he lost 2 jobs because of giving interviews. I think she took that shit to heart, and now she's like, just so you know, when I get fired from my job, I'm going to let you guys know right now. It wasn't because of this interview. It was because an immigrant took my job, because Joe Biden is incentivizing corporations to hire immigrants so that way they can fire people like me who could potentially be Miss Cleo. Oh my God, this is amazing.
Because everyone's going to the same grocery stores. I don't know anybody who's getting a special price at the grocery store that I go to. If I see a wealthy person or somebody who's doing well, they still paying a premium than that, bigger than they were before. So that's the economy. The economy, the immigration, 2 big things, and also crime is going up. What we see with the gangs from Venezuela, all these stuff, it's going to hit Detroit. I don't know if you know, the Chicago gangs are saying they're going to have a battle. It's going to be World War III in Chicago against the gangs that's there harassing the citizens there. It's really bad.
Okay.
So we have the crime and the economy.
This poor dude went there to troll a Trump supporter, not realizing he was not going to get a single goddamn word in. All he has said so far is, oh, okay, yeah, She has not given him a moment. Oh, my
immigration.
Okay.
Yes.
Immigration. Okay, now those.
He tried. He's like, he started to say something. He almost got in. Oh, Christ, this is amazing. Oh.
Economy, right? Yeah, economy jobs, yeah.
Okay, so those are the reasons why people need to vote for Trump. Now,
I think so.
Now, when Trump was in office, what were some of his favorite policies from your perspective?
Well, as far as we know the First Step Act.
What's that?
That was Biden had the crime bill where it, well, really, if you were certain areas, you had,
dude, the moment you ask him the policy question, this is the thing. This is like, here's where we'll finish, and I'll let you guys go watch the rest of this video if you want over on his channel. Go give this guy some views, guys. But here's what I'll say. All of these people have all the words, all the best words. They have all the passion, all the motivation, all this, like, you know, like these feelings, these thoughts. But the moment you ask them about policies, they have no ability to talk about the policies. None. Zero. I mean, this lady almost got it. She said the first tough act. She meant the first step act. And the crazy thing is that I can, when people ask what are like 3 policies that a Trump supporter likes, like, I'm like, dude, I can name you 3 policies. Like, it's not really even that hard. Like, you know that, like, they're going to ask you this question. Like, you should just do 5 minutes of fucking Google research and go find 3 fucking policies that Donald Trump ran on that you like, that you can be like, yo, okay, next time somebody asks me one of these questions, I'm going to be able to talk about this. But this is how lazy these people are. These aren't people that are just politically illiterate. They are willfully politically illiterate. They don't want to actually, like, know things about Donald Trump. They just like who he is. They like his charisma. I'm going to say charisma because I don't think it's charisma, but these people like him as a person and his charisma. They don't care about whether or not he would be a good leader. They don't care about whether or not his policy values are the same as theirs. Because if they did, the first time that you heard somebody ask the question, what are 3 policies that you like, you would, if somebody asked me right now, what are 3 policies that Kamala Harris was running on that I liked, and I was like, fuck, I don't know. Like, the first thought I would have is, dude, I should probably next time be ready for that. So I should go and look that shit up, right? Like, I mean, even if you just want to look like you're fucking intelligent, even if you're just trying to pass off a facade of knowing what the fuck you're talking about, my initial thought would be, I should go look at that. I should go look it up and see if there are things that Kamala Harris has policy-wise that I agree with, so that way I can speak to it next time somebody asks me that question. But they don't even do that much. That's how lazy these fucking people are. Can I play this for Diane Russell? Yeah, I'll play it. We'll finish with that. All right, one more time for these guys. Please go. Please go. Like, subscribe, drop a comment, like, for sure. Like, you can, this right here, guys. Look at this. This is all you have to do. Like, all you have to do is go in here, and you gotta go, like, just some fucking blue hearts. You drop some blue hearts, some fires, okay? Maybe, oh, we probably don't want to use that one. We don't want any misunderstandings. That shit'll get me canceled. Right there, all right? That's all you gotta do. That's all you gotta do is just go there and drop that shit right there. That's all. Hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button. Put some blue hearts and some fire emojis. Go over there and do that, guys. Fatty with the 1420. Thank you, Fatty. Thank you so much. The truth is what I say it is for the tequila fun. Thank you so much. Join the Discord, y'all. Angry Ginger has no soul. Facts. He feeds on MAGA rationalizations, justifications, and ignorance. Also facts. Uncle Fatty's been here for a long time, and Uncle Fatty is here for a good time as well. All right? All right. All right. Oh, shit. Sorry. Okay, so this can't have... I just got to check.
Why do you think we...
Okay. All right. Is your guys' content? Don't be giving me a copyright strike, Diane. Okay? Are you setting me up? Are you trying to take down the competition? They're setting me up to copyright strike me for playing this. Here we go. Okay, let me see if I can do this. I'm an old
Why
man.
do you think we have a chance?
Hold on. Before we do this, I want you guys to know who this is. This is Diane Russell, who's dope as fuck, amazing, awesome, speaks the goddamn truth, does the work, does everything that I talk about when we get on here and we say that you can't just sit back and let people spew bullshit misinformation. Diane gets on there, Benny gets on there, and I think I've seen Wizzy maybe once or twice on there, but we're going to see some right here. So this is Diane's channel right now, and if you guys didn't see it, we're going to link it in the channel after I watch this video, and I want you guys to go over there, like, subscribe, share, because they are awesome over here.
Why do you think we have a channel? Why do you think Midas Touch has 3 million people? Why do you think Brian Tyler Cohen has 4 million people? Why? Because they're the only people out there who's telling the fucking truth.
Thank you.
Yeah. That's why. Even us at the bottom of fucking YouTube. What do you call it, Benny? Boit?
The Boit!
Yeah.
And here's the thing. I'll tell you guys this. Diane might have 500 subscribers, but Diane has better live streams than I do. That's because people know when they go and watch Diane's live streams. They know they're entertained. They know she speaks truth, and they know that she's doing hard work. She has better live streams than I do, okay? So go and watch that shit. If you're not watching it, you should be watching it.
The what? The Boit. B-O-Y-T-E. The bottom of YouTube. Bottom of YouTube.
Bottom of
YouTube.
So good. Boit. We're at the bottom of YouTube. Yeah, so we're...
It's like the taint of YouTube or what?
Yes, kind of. We are YouTube's taint.
Oh, dude.
Yes.
Thank you for joining us for the 21st Century Suffragettes Cast.
Mutate.
Please like, share, and subscribe.
Mutate.
Oh, taint tube. Oh, that's amazing. Thank you for sharing that with me. I vote for taint tube. What do you guys think? You taint or taint tube? Oh, taint tube, actually, that sounds bad. Oh, dude. I don't know if you guys know much about California. I don't know if you guys know much about California. But in California, one of the place that I spent my formative years, I moved all over California. I lived in the worst places in California. I even lived in Slab City for a while as a kid. That's where I was actually taken from my mom for a small stint and put in a children's home. And I've lived in the worst places, but Bakersfield, California is where I've spent a lot of my formative years. And they call Bakersfield the taint of California. It's Fresno and Bakersfield, and they call Fresno the armpit of California, and they call Bakersfield the taint of California. It's fucking amazing. Oh, all right, guys. It's been a fun one. It's been a pretty successful one. If you haven't liked the stream, please like the stream. Here you guys go. If you haven't gone and liked Diane's channel and subbed up, go like Diane's channel and sub up. If you haven't gone and liked the Pardon Me with P channel, here you go. Go hit the like, hit the subscribe, drop some fire emojis. Like, that is some funny shit. I love you guys. I do. I think you guys are seriously the best people on YouTube, on UTaint. On TaintTube. You guys are the best. And you know what? It's nice to be down here. I'll be honest with you guys. It's good to not be full of yourself. It's good not to be sitting at the Al Smith dinner with a bunch of fucking uptight, weird-ass, fake-ass, religious, like not actually religious people that are anything like Christ. It's good to be down here. I like being down here with you guys. And I appreciate you guys for being down here with me. So... thank you guys a lot for showing up. As always, I fucking love you guys. I appreciate you guys. You guys make the world go round. And tomorrow, if you guys are interested in listening to some football talk, we'll be on at 9 in the morning for about half an hour, 45 minutes to talk about the week in football. Lions, for my Detroit people out there, Lions are killing it. Like I said, if Michigan don't vote blue, though, I'm never going to say another nice word about the Lions. I swear to God, you guys better get out and tell people. Never going to say another nice word about Cecil Fielder or Barry Sanders if you guys don't get out there and make sure that fucking Michigan votes blue, okay? That's a lie. It's a lie. But I'm trying my best to threaten you guys. Get out there and do the work. Get people to vote. Michigan better be blue. It's the Lions colors, bro. How do you not vote blue in Detroit? I just don't understand. But if you guys want to get on tomorrow morning, check it out. We got a few people. They get on there and hang out with me, and we talk football. We talk ins and outs. We talk a little bit of fantasy football, and then we talk about who's going to win and who's going to lose the games. You can hear me cry about my Philadelphia Eagles and cry about the coaching staff over there. That's 9 o'clock in the morning tomorrow, Pacific. We don't get up early enough to watch the England football game, so fuck that. Patriots Jaguars tomorrow morning. Why would you do that? Even to the English, why would you do that to the English? Make them watch the Patriots and the Jaguars play. But yeah, that's the next live stream. After that, next political live stream is Tuesday at 5 o'clock Pacific. Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Saturdays. That's when we're streaming nowadays. Probably going to try and put in some more work tonight and get another video out for you guys. Trying to make new content, not just chop up streams. So yeah, I hope you guys watch the videos. Go check them out. If you can support me, you can do what Fan just did. Thank you, Fan, so much for the gifted membership to Ours Wife. Couldn't happen to a nicer person. Thank you so much for those of you that have joined the Angry Ginger Army. It's only $3 a month or 10 cents a day, and you can join the army by clicking the join button down underneath my video. And like I said, it's $3 a month. It's cheaper than Netflix, and it's more entertaining. You can also super chat, as my good friend Fan has done once, and my good friend Fatty has. I appreciate all of those. Or you can just support me by showing up here every day, being a fucking dope ass human being, being cooler and shit, and being a part of this community and helping to make America the country that it is supposed to be. And that is not just a great country, but the country that everybody looks to when it comes to being the most progressive, awesome, amazing country in the world. All right, guys, thank you so much for being here. I love you. I appreciate you, and I'll see you next time.